quickly unmute myself. Hello everyone, welcome to this career mode series on FIFA 18 with AS Roma, as you can see by the title. Before I'll explain everything and go through everything, I quickly want to make sure that my audio is correct. Lately I've had some issues with it, so I'm quickly checking my own channel right now to make sure I can hear myself. And if that's fine, then we can jump into it and I will make a quick introduction of everything you can expect and why I chose to play FIFA 18 despite it almost being 2024. So I should be playing EA Sports Club by now. But yeah, before I'll jump in all of that, I'm quickly making sure that my audio is correct. I see I've got my episode here. Yeah, and I can hear myself. So that's completely fine. Okay, so I already introduced, I already said hello you guys. First off, if you're new to the channel, what I like to do on this channel is play career modes. And I like to play career modes quite realistically. That's what I'm all about. So when I start a career mode, unlike other people, I do actually the homework on it. And that might sound strange, but if you followed my channel, you've seen that I already did this career mode the other day. About 5 episodes of 2 hours each, where I play all the games, do some of the training sessions. Most of the time I do all of them. I go into the planning with the players, how I bond my team, what I do. Don't get me wrong, I don't know all the ins and outs of the subject of being a coach or a manager of a club, but I'm trying to think everything through. And also in terms of transfers, which I think is the most interesting part, and that's why I don't think I would be a manager, but I see myself more as a technical director or a sports director, where I sit with the coach and some members of the board, and we make a sportive plan for the next 2-3 years, where we decide, okay, so what kind of players do we need, and if one of those players leave, are we going to keep it the same, or are we going to try to replace him one-on-one, or are we going to try to play another system, because it maybe opens where one door closes, maybe opens another one. That's how I like to do it on the channel. And I like to do it with fallen giants, and with fallen giants I mean teams that were great in the past but are struggling nowadays. To me, those teams still belong in the Champions League, right? I'm a Manchester United fan, so maybe that's where this all is coming from. And usually I do United career modes. However, United is already such big of a club. I've already done plenty of career modes in my life with United in the Premier League. And although I think Premier League is the best competition in the world, both financially and both on like the pace of the game, technically, physically especially, I just want to do something else. And I really loved FIFA 16. I think that was one of the better FIFAs, at least for career mode. But it is a bit outdated. I still might give it a try in the future. But FIFA 17 felt totally wrong with me. I didn't like it at all. And then it was FIFA 18. After about 1 or 2 years, I decided to play FIFA again, because I kept playing FIFA 16 all the time. And FIFA 18, I went with something different than I used to, so not with Man United career mode. But a mate of mine invited me to play career mode with the two of us, so co-op, at his home, and we played with Roma as well. And yeah, we just played it occasionally, but we did like an entire season together. And despite the Serie A not being named Serie A in this game, it's called Serie A, I still really liked Italy. Next to Premier League, which is my favorite, Serie A is definitely my second favorite, like right behind Premier League, because there's so many good teams in here. There's AC Milan, my favorite team. There's Inter Milan. There's Napoli. There's Roma. There's Juventus, obviously. There's Lazio. There's Fiorentina. I mean, there's a lot of good teams in here. And I didn't even mention Roma, did I? I'm not even sure if I mentioned Roma. There's plenty of good teams in there, and teams with history. It used to be the best competition in the world. And in FIFA 18, in about 2016, 2017, I think Roma had a fantastic team with Raja Nainggolan, Kevin Strootman, Edin Dzeko, Kostas Manolas, Alisson, the goalkeeper, complete team, Alessandro Florenzi. I don't even have to go further. They were on the edge, on the verge of greatness. However, Some players left in the 17-18 transfer window. Mohamed Salah went to Liverpool. Rudiger went to Chelsea. Paredes went to Zenit, I think, back. I'm not sure if he came from there. Emerson Palmieri went to Chelsea as well. But Rome wasn't built in a day. Some of those players left, and I feel like there was still a great core. And that season was the season, the 17-18 season, after those players left, where Roma did a lot of investments. Cengiz Under, whom else? There was Cengiz Under, there was obviously so many, Gonzalons was bought, there were so many players bought that year. And I think Eusebio Di Francesco was the coach, and was a memorable one because they beat Barcelona 3-0 in Stadio Olimpico to go through to the semi-finals, I believe, where unfortunately they were knocked out by Liverpool on a goal difference. But that was just one goal difference. That was how close they were to the final. So that's why I decided to go with an AS Roma career mode. Before I jump into it, after all this talking, if you're still listening, I made some changes to the teams, and I'll show you guys what I did. If I was approached by Monchi, was at the time, Monchi was the technical director who came from Sevilla, and he was already successful there, that's why Roma got him on board. Let's say Monchi approached me to be the manager and not Eusebio Di Francesco. He did well, but let's say I was going to be the manager, I was going to be in charge. I'd tell them I'd do some things different. I'd tell them not to get certain players, because I rather want the funds, the money that we got, to spend on other players, which I think were more realistic. I'll show you guys. I didn't make too many big changes because it wouldn't be realistic anymore. We go to the team sheets and we quickly go to AS Roma, and I'll show you guys the differences that I made. If you look at the team, you'll see Bruno Perez, who came that summer from Torino for 12.5 million, I believe. I still got him on the team because I'd say if I was approached in the summer or before the summer, keep him on board or get him, because I think he'd be I think I can use him in the system that I want to do. Quick story time. When Roberto De Zerbi took over at Brighton last year, there was said that when he had the meeting with the board, he already knew so much about the players and so much about the team and the club. And that's doing your homework before you start somewhere. So I do the same thing. As I was approached by Roma, before the meeting, I took a few days to really study what is Roma about, look at their history, but also, most important, look at their current squad. What can I do with that? How am I going to change that? What system do I want to play, and what kind of players do I want for that? And Bruno Perez was one of those players where I'd say, you can get him because he's on your scouting list, and I think I can use him as well. So you see, we're aligned there already with the board. The first changes you'll see are the ones on the bench, because the starting 11 is almost the same, except for Matteo Darmian. He was 2 seasons at United, I think, at this time, and it was quite clear that he wasn't even playing as much for them as he expected to. He even was converted to a left back at the first update of this game, because I can't do the latest update, because the EA store or the EA, I can't connect to EA anymore because it's an old game, you know. So I can't download later updates, just the starting one. So I'd say, get Matteo Darmian. We don't have any left backs. Emerson Palmieri is going to Chelsea. We got some funds in. I believe Roma got about 100 million on Salah, Rudiger, Paredes, and Emerson Palmieri. I'd say get Darmian, probably 10 million, 15 million. I'd say get Kolasinac, but here's the catch. Kolasinac went transfer free to Roma, or to Arsenal that summer. So if we hijacked that move, he would have gone transfer free to us. Didn't cost us a thing except for his wages and his signing bonus, which are fine. I mean, barely anything. Pavoletti went to Napoli, where he were only made to be 6 appearances, and I think Sarri was the manager at the time. Didn't need him. I'd say, Pavoletti, I can use you. You rather go to Napoli, where there's a coach who is not really waiting for you, or you rather go to Roma, where I can really use you. So for 6 million, I think you should have gone to us. I tried to approach him, and I tried Totti as my assistant manager. That's what I like to do if I had the chance. Just before the summer, he announced his retirement from football, and I'd say, Totti, I kind of need you on the board. You might not have won all the prizes yourself in your career, but you can still help this team, and I'd still like you around. And if you're my assistant manager, within a few years you can take over, you can stand on your own legs. So you can do it yourself. And I think that's what he wanted, because he still wanted to be connected with the club, I believe. So I used Totti as well in my favour with the meetings with the players and trying to convince the players to go to us. I put Sukanovic back from the loan. He was going to be loaned out to Genoa. Doumbia was going to be loaned out to Sporting, but that's after the summer, and I'm appointed before the summer, so I have to say in, do I want to loan him out or do I want to sell him? Fenquer, who was going to Antalyaspor, I believe. I wouldn't have made a decision on him yet. Whom else? Is there anything else? I'd say Sirigu. He was going to Torino that summer. I'd say Sirigu, go to us. There's a chance of Alisson leaving. Go to the squad. There's Alberto Aquilani. He played in the youth academy of AS Roma. This season he would be going to Las Palmas in Spain, I believe. I'd say you want to go full circle and come back to us. I think Roma had more of a chance than Las Palmas. And I'd say, of course, you're not going to be a starter, but we've got a great team and we can still use you. Fratesi was used in a deal for De Vrij. As you can see, De Vrij is not in my squad. I would have said to the board, don't sign De Vrij. And it's easy speaking afterwards, but I was never a fan of De Vrij. Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad player or anything. But they used both Fratesi and I think it was Marchisa in the deal for De Vrij. They paid a few million and put those two players in and get De Vrij back. And I was going to be like, well, I don't want De Vrij, so please just don't do it. Capardossi was going to be loaned out. I'd say don't loan him out. Maybe I can use him, and I might still loan him out. But you get the idea. So I made a few tiny, I think, realistic adjustments. Because Sirigu, transfer free. Kolasinac, transfer free. Matteo Darmian, a few million. Pavoletti, a few million. But we didn't get Under, Cengiz Under, who was quite a good player for Roma this season. We didn't get De Vrij. We didn't get, let's say, there must be some other names. I think I got a whole list on my laptop where I made this whole Word document and searched everything on transfer market, all the players that went and came and what I changed. So I make a full list who left and would I still leave him? So would I still keep him loaned out? Or would I keep him in the squad and not loan him out? You see, so I can say that I put about 14 hours of my so-called homework before I started this career mode. And that's next to a trial period where I did the actual career mode for 5 episodes of 2 hours each. So that's how far I went into it. And that's not even about gameplay, that's just about team building with Roma. Yeah? Well, a lot of talking. I think we should get straight into it, because if you're still here, I think the most important is that we're just gonna see what it is like. I already did all of this to make sure I don't have to waste any time on this, I don't digress on anything. I'll show you guys. We selected pre-season tournament in France. We play Stade Rennais, we play Porto, and we play Montpellier in the group stages. In the other group there's Dortmund, Sociedad, Sevilla, Benfica. So I think we got pretty lucky with our group, quite an easy one. I think we should win at least against Stade Rennais and Montpellier, and Porto could be a challenge. But before we go on, I even did the Champions League draw, and I did it as correctly as it was in real life, except for 1 or 2 teams, because I couldn't put them in, like Karabakh, who was in our group. But this year Roma did have Chelsea and Atletico Madrid in the group stages. I put them there. I put all the groups the same, except for the teams that I couldn't put in. Leverkusen wasn't in this group. I think it was Maribor, but I couldn't put them in because it only allowed me a German team to do. So you see, I put it totally realistic, and here Masaya as well. Masaya wasn't in there. So Masaya, Copenhagen, and Leverkusen. So 3 teams, and the rest is all the same. And in terms of the squads, it's almost the same. And I made it even less strong. So that's how I done it. Um, I think I did all the talking that we need to know. I didn't take a look at your training. I didn't take a look at the office yet. So I just loaded the career mode, built my own manager, but you don't really have to build one here compared to the new FIFAs. You just have to select one. My name is there at the top, Dutch name, Dutch manager with a bit of Greek, with a bit of a Greek background. So let's say Monchi chose me to be the manager of Roma after a really good talk where I showed him my plans and showed him all my homework to impress him how much I know about the team. And we can jump straight into it. I think that's the most important part. And on my first day, after I shook hands with everybody, after I introduced myself, I'd go to the dressing room and I'd say to the players, alright, let's listen, hear me out. Last summer, or this summer, there's a few players leaving. Salah is leaving to Liverpool for 37 million, I believe, or more. Rudiger, 35 million to Chelsea. Palmieri for 20 million to Chelsea. And Paredes is going to Zenit. And those guys chose maybe some of them a good step in a career. Some of them maybe went for the money. And I don't blame them. I get it. I mean, if I was in their position, in some ways I understand. But I want you guys to know. Take a good look around you and think about it. You're in Italy. I think, honestly, maybe the most beautiful country in Europe. You're in one of the most beautiful cities. The weather is quite alright. The food is great. And you represent the capital of Italy. I mean, if you are proud, like some Southern Europe people are, like Italians, like Greek, like Turkish people, you're proud of where you come from. Some of you are not maybe from Italy, but you represent the capital of Italy. Your life is great here. We do not pay as much as the Premier League, but your circumstances are better, I believe. Next to that, once, years ago, there was the Romans and they ruled Europe from here. Rome wasn't built in a day. We lost some good players. And I only want players that wants to be Romans again, that wants to make a unit and conquer Europe as it once was. So if you're not going to be on the team, on the verge of greatness, if you rather go somewhere else, go for the money, then I want you to step out of the dressing room now. We give hands to each other, I respect the decision, and go out. I expect no one to walk out of the dressing room, because, I mean, they're committed, otherwise they said they would leave, right? That would be my talk, a bit more convincing. I probably write it all out. That was a bit of the homework that I didn't decide to do, but I make clear, we are going to be a unit, and if you don't want to be on board with this, then go out. But I believe that the core of this team is still incredibly strong, and despite those players leaving, where one door closes, another one opens. And I think that with a few adjustments, we can even be a better team than when those players were here. And I hope to win the players there a bit for me, at least some of them. Then again, I want to make this team a unit. There is not one standout performer per se. I want us to be a dominating, aggressive side, but in our own way. And that means we're going to change something. I won't go into all the tactics with the boys in the dressing room, but I'd say I'm going to make some changes. I did my homework, I prepared this for lots of time. We will be playing 3-1-4-2 with wingbacks. I'll explain everything as we're on the training ground. This is the part that I don't tell them yet, but this is how I want them to play. I will fill in all the players correctly later. Just this for now. Then the last thing I tell my players was going to be, I'm going to have a chat with all of you today. Every single one of you will have a chat with me today, and I will quickly discuss what I think is going to be your role this season. Of course, you get the training sessions in the next week during the pre-season tournament to change my mind, to see if there's things that I didn't see, things that I forgot. Show your qualities. It's going to be your trial. It can decide if I might loan you out or stay in the team, you know? So that's my chat to them. Yeah, so everybody gets their chance, really. Like the players that I think matter get a chance, and the players that I think should be loaned out because they're not ready, they'll be loaned out. But I won't go quickly into selling you, usually. Okay, there we go. That's the first thing. So I give the players a feeling that I've got an idea, that we're going to be a unit, that I did my homework, and try to make them comfortable in a way, saying that yes, we're going to work straight away from the first day, but also you're going to get your chance. So it's an equal chances. All right, let's go to the office. I haven't seen the things yet. The visions and expectations. Champions Cup reach the quarterfinal. That's a bit hard, not gonna lie. Win the league title in 2 seasons, I think that's realistic. Finish in a Champions Cup place. So we gotta end top 4 this season, and within 2 seasons we gotta win the title and Champions Cup, Champions League, reach the quarterfinal. You'd play a assigned midfielder. Okay, this is realistic. Gain 100 million earnings from shirt sales within a season. That's difficult, but definitely doable. Financially, reduce player wages by 75k a week. That is going to be hard, but I'm going to try. Reach the semi-final of the Italian Cup. And this is all, we already seen that. Okay, so before we continue, let's see, financially, can we see what the wages are currently? If we see here, starting weekly budget, weekly wage budget, current weekly wages is 1.743900, and we got it reduced by 75k. So we basically got to go to, if I do the maths, 1.675, a bit less. Let's say 1.65. That's what we're going to try. Yeah, that's about 100k lower, 1.65. Yeah? Okay. And we go again to the email. We are gonna archive this. Scout report has arrived. Our scout is saying, I've got a scout report for you. Okay, thank you very much, Scout. I'll get back to you. You're even introducing yourself here, which is really nice of you. Really mannered. 2 ways of scouting. Well, I know the games, I already know how it works. Dear Scout, I want you to cancel all your instructions. I'll get back to you with the instructions later on. For now, hear me out. Why is he in Spain while this guy is a Spanish scout? It makes more sense to me that he is going to stay in Spain, right? I mean, okay, manage scouts. I think there's a lot of Turkish people in Germany, so him being a scout there makes more sense to me. We are not going to hire another scout. I really want to, but we're going to keep him on available. I think I'm going to send him to England. I don't want to use a scout right now, and there's not really great ones. I mean, this one's decent, but we'll wait with that. We're going to relocate him. I'm going to send you to England. Can I do that? Or is already a scout there? Yeah. We're going to pull him, relocate scout, to, obviously, to Spain, because he's a Spanish scout. It makes more sense to me. Then he is going to... Why is there only Poland available here? That's weird. Is that like the only competition from East Europe that's in the game? Germany. And we'll keep you on free because there's going to be some free players in between. Let's take a look at your first scout report. Donnarumma is a great goalkeeper. Renzo Dickman. Okay, that's a funny name, but yeah, no, not interesting. Let's see what you all got here for us. Vignato, Murgia, I'm not familiar with him. Keep him on the list. The Aurora, Sensi, who would turn out to go to Inter Milan eventually and later go somewhere else. Never heard of this guy. He is really strong apparently. Okay, we've got everything now. So that's what I tell to, what is his name, Daniele Ferrari. For like, I'm gonna give you guys instructions, but wait a bit, yeah? I'll get back to you guys later. For now, just if you see something special, you give me a call or you add them to the list, and otherwise you just leave it. This is the pre-season tournament, our opponents. Shirt sales, we've already seen 100 million shirt sales. Important transfer market information, we kind of know this. Yeah, that's true, I'm totally aware of that, totally fine, okay? So I think that's where I've done all the board stuff. Quickly go to this. We'll do the train session at the end of this day. Now the players are gonna change up, gear up, gonna put their boots on. This is what I do. I already make a lineup of what I think right now, based on my homework, is correct. That's what I show to the board, and then I'll show to the players. Quickly gonna set this all right. And I'll tell you guys everything as well. Let's quickly see, making sure I don't forget anything. I think that's about everything. Might be mistaken. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Then we're quickly gonna change this. Okay, yeah, I think I've got it. Okay, so this is how I currently do the lineup for this team. Quickly change the last player in here, putting him there as well. Jeez. Okay. So this is how I'd start the team based on my homework, yeah? I'd say Edison's definitely our goalkeeper. I think there's a lot of potential in him. Right now we don't have a good right-footed centre-back, as I want to play 3-1-4-2. Manolas will be the leader of our defense. We saw Mehdi Benatia leave, our former leader. We saw Rudiger leave, but I think Manolas has the capacity to be this leader of the three-man defense. There is Juan Jesus, who we signed this year, and I believe that he's got the attributes to play in this system, because to play in this system, once we attack, you got to play quite high, and they need to play with space in the back. They need to have decent pace to cover the space in the back, to be able to run back and to win the duels. And I think the three of them can do it, although Capitossi I don't know that well, so he's a bit of a question mark. The midfield is very physical and should be able to dominate other midfielders, especially if Kolasinac and Florenzi join them. Then we've got a 5-man midfield, which we dominate possession with, because we always got options left and right. And Kolasinac and Florenzi can also fall back, so we've got a 5-man defense. So there's a lot of pressure on our wingbacks. That's why those positions need to be double taken. So if Florenzi is tired, and he's got a lot of stamina, but if he's tired or he needs to have a rest because we need to change to a second team, then Bruno Perez, who is even more physical and maybe even faster. Therefore, we got a really good backup. And with Matteo Darmian, who is a bit of a question mark, but was not having any perspective at United, we have a decent left back who can cover up for Kolasinac, who is also very physical and decently fast. So we've got physicality, and we've got pace on the wings, and what all of them got is stamina, and there is so much pressure on both of them in between walking, like joining the defense, joining the attack. There's a lot of being asked from them. Therefore, it's really important they are double taken those positions. The midfield is looking quite alright, really physical. I lack a bit of creativity, but that's alright. That's not the end of the world. We can work on that. That's Seiko up front, and I want to partner him with a good striker. I feel like Seiko is going to be the target man, where players play the ball to Seiko, and Perotti is going for the overlap. He's going around Seiko, left or right, doesn't matter, but he's going in behind. He uses his pace. Unfortunately, Perotti ain't the fastest. He's more of a false nine or central attacking midfielder. He's got a bit of that creative abilities as well and dribbling, but he doesn't have too much of pace. So that's why I'd say that we might need another striker. Also, we could use another right centre back, because we need every position to be double taken, because we need to rotate the squad. We're playing multiple competitions. With Sorigu, we got a good second choice goalkeeper, but if I look at our centre backs, we're a bit shy on centre backs, because we need one in the first lineup, but then on the second lineup we only got these youngsters, Machisa, Calabresi, Caprossi maybe. So our priority is definitely signing centre backs. If we go to the midfield, there's Pellegrini, there's Aquilani, and there is Fratesi. But we don't really have another defensive midfielder like De Rossi, and De Rossi is getting older, but yet a key member of the team who is going to be captain. So we need another defensive midfielder. I could rotate and play Strootman or Nainggolan often there, but then I have to take them out of the first team occasionally or change them earlier. And I don't think I should do that, because I think they're the best three midfielders we've got. Pellegrini was signed to someone, and I believe that he got a bit of the creative abilities, like Aquilani does as well. And I made him the same as he was in the update, so I didn't make him any better, I think. Maybe a bit more stamina, just to make sure that he can keep up with the level, otherwise I can't use him. And Fratesi, I really didn't know him in 2018, so I'm going to give him a fair chance. If he doesn't impress me, then I'm still going to sell him. You guys signed Gerson, but I don't really see it in him. Don't get me wrong, he's doing great alright in Europe, but at the time I didn't know who he was, and I was not that impressed. We signed Pavoletti, and Pavoletti is going to be that same role as Seiko has, target man. And El Shaarawy is going to be the same role as Perotti, to go around him, go deep with your pace, you know? So that's how we play. That means that all the other players here at the bottom can leave. Doumbia, no perspective. Iturbe, no perspective. Go Lubovic, no perspective. Kiomba, no perspective. Sukanovic, Kastan, Skorupski, all 7 of them can go. Then there's a few question marks. Nora, I want to load him out. I don't know how good he is. Corlu, want to load him out. Give him a fair chance. Gerson, load him out because he's quite young and he's got a decent rating. Give him a chance. Feinquer, I'm not sure about. He could be that second defensive midfielder, but we're not sure. And Marchisa, we're still not sure. Tim Niello, we're still not sure. Calabresi, we're still not sure what to do with him. But for now I keep him, because otherwise I don't have anyone for their positions. I said earlier, I want to give everybody equal chances. But if I did my homework right, I already know which players I'm going to use. The players need to have the idea that they got fair chances, but the truth is, they don't. It's like politics. You think you got something to say, but it's already been long decided, and that is what you do once you're in control of a team or a class or whatever. That is how you lead a group. Of course you listen to their, to their words, to their opinions, and you take it with you, but in big lines you already decide what you're going to do with it. We're quickly going to do the rules as I explained. Instructions. Well, there's no instructions for Alisson. At the back, aggressive interceptions for each of them. Stay back while attacking, that's clear for all of them. De Rossi, cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, aggressive interceptions. Wingbacks, come back on defense, really important, because right now they're playing really forward. Stay wide at all times, because they're the only wing backs we've got. We have to leave it up to them. I'd rather have them to come short, honestly. But sometimes it's fine when they overlap. So I'll leave it to them. Stay on the edge of the box, because if you go into the box, then there's no one on the wing anymore. Stick to position, stick to your wing. That's all you gotta do. And aggressive interceptions. Florenzi, same story. Come back on the fence. Stay wide. This is totally up to you, depending on the occasion. Aggressive interception. Stick to position. And stay on the edge of the box. Seiko. Stay central. Whatever you do, stay in that middle lane of the park where you can be available for a quick 1-2 to receive a ball. You're not the fastest, so you're not going in behind. You're a target man. We can play high or low to you and you can hold the ball or score or whatever. Aggressive interceptions. I'm not going to ask you to press because you don't have the best stamina. I want you to use your stamina that you have to keep a ball, to keep up with the pace, to go forward when we need you. I don't want you to press opponents, because you don't have the stamina for that anymore. Perotti, you can drift wide, you can go left around Seiko, but you can also go right around Seiko. You can rotate everywhere around him to go deep. Once Strootman is passing to the Seiko passes back, and that's the moment where Strootman chips it over the defense and Perotti makes the run. So you get in behind. There's aggressive interceptions, and you can press the back line if you want. You can also cut passing lanes. I'm going to go with cut passing lanes. That's what I think is more important, and I think he should do the same. Cut passing lanes, both of them. And I'll get back to that later. Then there's only Nainggolan and Strootman. Balanced attack. He can get into the... No, he can't. He's going to stay on the edge of the box. Aggressive interceptions and stick to your position. Balanced. He can get into the box for a cross, for corners and free kicks because he's quite tall. Aggressive interceptions and stick to position. We will be a counter-attacking team. We go back defending with these three as a block, these three in front of it, and the two wing backs. So at all times there's 8 players of us before our goalkeeper. And even Perotti or Seiko can join in. But I rather have Seiko to stay forward and Perotti eventually pressing once the opponent is on our own half. Yeah? And once we go on the counter, or we build up from the back, play to the wing back, try to make triangles on the pitch, because that's the most effective way of playing. And from there on we try and find Seiko and we go for, as I mentioned, quick counter attacks where wing backs overlap to the attack, put the defenders out wide, so there's going to be spaces in between for Seiko and Perotti to receive and lay it off, or to receive and some individual brilliance where they return and shoot. Or Strootman or Nainggolan on the edge of the box, or De Rossi even, to have a distance shot. That's what I want from this team. We're going to save the changes. Done a lot of talking already. Feel like you guys have to listen to me for a long time. We're going to team sheets and we're going to create a new team sheets and we're going to call it B team. Basically saying a second team where we can rotate quite easily without having to take all the players off. Currently in our B team, Sirigu is going to be the goalkeeper. Bruno Perez is going to be the second choice right back. Darmian is going to be the second choice left back. There is Pavoletti, who's going to be the next, well, not the next Seiko, but the replacement of him. Sharawi, who's going to be the replacement of him. Aquilani going to play on Strootman's position. Pellegrini here. In terms of centre backs, I could play Calabresi, Machisa and all that, but I'm not going to. If you look at the team now, you see that we need other centre backs. Tops 3, at least 2 I think. Our midfield is almost entirely sub except for De Rossi, so we need another defensive midfielder. And in front, I'm not too happy with our options, honestly. I signed Pavoletti myself, and Seiko is definitely world class. But for this role, we've got Perotti and Ferrari, and I'm not keen on both. I think Perotti is alright for this system, but I don't think Ferrari is, despite Ferrari having better pace. But I think he's more of a winger and not a striker. I didn't do all the roles. Quickly, I'd appoint De Rossi still as captain. Second captain is going to be Nainggolan. Third captain is going to be Florenzi and Manolas. So kind of depending on who's playing. So those four guys are the leaders. If there was going to be a fifth, it would be Seiko, and if there was to be a seventh, it would be Allison. But we're not going so far. So I'd say the people that are in charge in the dressing room are first De Rossi, Nainggolan, Florenzi, Manolas, and Seiko. Those are the five guys you walk up to. And Totti, as I mentioned earlier, I'd ask him to be my assistant manager because he's quite close to all of them as well. He played with them last year and he can take over from me in 2 or 3 seasons. And I'll leave my legacy, hopefully, that I have built in a time to him. So that's that. I think we've done all the talking. I think the most interesting part, transfers, your sportive plan. There's going to be 4 players that I will be searching, that I've got scouted, that I want on my list. There's many, many more, but I made the decision to go for these 4. They should be our first priorities. Alessio Romagnoli, he played in the youth academy of Roma. He even made his debut for Roma, I believe. I'd like to get him back. I think he's a left-footed centre-back, and I think he would be good for us. I like some Roman identity in the team as well. There's another one who also played in the Roma Academy, but is not that well known. His name is Tin Jedvai, and in the earlier updates he was quite alright. In real life, he didn't do that well, I believe. I think he's played for Panathinaikos or something, so he didn't fulfill his potential. But I think what I see when I look at him, based on his attributes, is the same thing as Nathan Ake has. He's not a left back, but he's not a full centre back. He's sort of in between. And when you play with 3 at the back, you need decent paced, so 60, 70, 80 paced defenders who can win a lot of duels in the air, because they have to play as centre back sometimes. But they also need to be quite decent paced. And a bit physical, and I think he's got all that. I think he is the same profile as Nathan Ake was when he was at Bournemouth, and now world-class defender for that 3-back system that Pep Guardiola is using as well in his 3-2-4-1, which is similar to our play. So I think he'd be really good for this system. Then there is another one. Not a centre-back, but a defensive midfielder is a second choice, and his name is Lucas Toussaint. And he's being scouted by the Croatian scout who's on a free, because we didn't appoint anyone to France. 9 days remaining, and I think he's got the best profile to cover for De Rossi, and he's still got potential. In real life, Roma got Gonçalves, his teammate, or Gonalons, his teammate, who made a lot of appearances for Lyon over the years. I think he is like 8 on their all-time list of record appearances. I think he's got like 300 plus appearances for Lyon, and we only bought him for 5 million, which is a great deal. But I'd say, I think this guy is the one you should have gone for. And of course, Lyon was going to be like, well, we see him as the future, so you can have Gonalons. But that's where I'll get back to later. The last signing of 4 that I think we should make is no other than a big guy who is probably pretty overpowered in this FIFA, because he had an amazing 16-17 season, Andrea Bellotti, where he scored I think 23 goals, and he was 4th on the top scorers list. And if you just look at his profile, he's got good pace, he's very strong, his acceleration, so he's rapid on the first meters, good positioning. I think putting him next to Seiko is perfect. He can pressure the back line. He can even defend, because he's like really high in his work rate defensive. I think Seiko and Bellotti would be a great partnership up front. I think they would be great. He's a very complete striker in this FIFA. In real life, things worked out different, which is a shame, because I thought Roman was going to be the best move for him, and I'm annoyed by the fact that it doesn't work out. But there was a time when I think there was Totti and Batistuta from Fiorentina up front at Roma. I'm not sure if they played with 2 strikers. I believe they did. Makes sense to me. But I kind of want to copy that with the 2 of them in front. Those 4 transfers need to happen. I want to ask the board, these 4, we want to have them, we need to sign them. And if we have money left at the end of the window, we'll see about that. We might even put it on the bank, on the bank, you know. But these 4 are the ones that I want to sign for us. And I already did my scouting myself, so my scouts don't have to work on them. I did ask them to scout them, but of course I already done my work on them. I think we're gonna approach 3 of them already for a transfer. The 4th one, the most expensive one, we're gonna leave a bit for now. I don't like it because he's a good player, but we don't have the funds to sign all 4 of them right now. We only got 40 million, and I think Belotti on his own is gonna cost that. First off, we're gonna start with Romagnoli, and we still gotta do the training sessions, and then we go to the next day. Our pre-season tournament is in France, so I'd say the squad is going to travel to France today. After we shook all hands, we met everybody, we had a talk in the chat, and we fly to France, and that's where the first training session is going to be, where the players are gearing up right now to go to the pitch. We need to lower our wages by 75k, remember that. We don't know the wages yet, but I already done my homework. I know how much they earn, or how much they want. First off, there's Romagnoli, who is sure to me is going to be the left centre back of the 3. This year there was interactive negotiations, and what we're going to try is we're going to try to offer someone to reduce the price tag. I'm just going to offer someone randomly just to see what they want. They want a left winger. Okay. We've got Stefan El-Shaarawy, and I already mentioned, I ain't the biggest fan of him. Don't get me wrong, I definitely see his qualities. He's rapid, he's got tricks, and in real life he scored some good goals for Roma. However, in the system that I'm going to play with 2 up front, I don't think he's made for that. And also, I don't believe that El-Shaarawy is a Roma player despite there being for years. I believe like he's a good guy, don't get me wrong, nothing against him. But I think for him, it's better if he goes somewhere else, because I'm not gonna use him, and I don't have much use on him because he's not gonna work in my advantage, the type of player that he is. So I'm doing him a favor, and I don't think he's a Roma player, and we might get someone in return. So they are interested. That's a good thing. I'm happy with that, and then he's going back to Milan, where he came from the youth academy, I believe. We're gonna counter, and we're gonna propose a new transfer fee, and honestly, I think he was worth 19 million. He's willing to lower his price a bit, but I'm still not happy with that, no. This is going to be a difficult negotiation. Not happy with the way that turned out. Let's try it again. In real life you can't do that, I know, I understand. I'm trying to play it quite realistically, but I also know how the algorithm works in this game, and it can be like a coin. You just flip it in the air, and sometimes they're easy, sometimes they're hard. But I think if you check the value at the time, at the first update, then Romagnoli is not worth, I believe, much more than El-Shaarawy is, because it said El-Shaarawy is worth 19 million or whatever, but in real life he was worth a bit more than that, I believe. When you approach a player, it says we should offer between this and this. I only got 90 million, but it doesn't show this or this for El-Shaarawy, so that's why I don't think it's like fair for me. He's still saying 8.8. I'm willing to go 2.5. He doesn't know that. He does the same thing as just. We're gonna try it maybe one more time. This time I just put this off. Let's see how he reacts. He's not happy with me, and that's totally fair. Luckily this time you don't have like the, how do you call it, the thingy in the top right where you got like a limited amount of tries, you know, before they get angry with you. That's a flaw in this game. That's a big flaw in this game. Let's try it one more time. If he's gonna give a similar reaction, then we know we have to stick with whatever he's saying right now, you know? Like, I'm gonna give it some time or whatever. We know that you don't have left wingers, so we offer you Sharawi in return. I'm willing to go to 2.5 million. Look, this time, you see? It's almost like the flip of a coin. Now he's willing to go down 5 million. And we're still gonna say no. And don't get me wrong, he's being really reasonable here. He's being really reasonable. I believe that this shouldn't be a problem. But again, I'm a man of principles, so when I say I don't believe he's much more worth than that, I believe we can help each other out with trading players. But at the same time, you have to know that I don't value him any higher. I'll take this one. At least he's asking less than he did the first time, and therefore I'm going to save it. We are not gonna pay that. Are we going directly? Yeah, I think we should. I'm gonna approach 3 players, I said, so that's what I'm gonna do. Trying to stick to my word there. We're gonna offer a player, and I think I already know what they want. A good second goalkeeper. And that's Skorupski. And we're gonna do the same thing now. You're shy on goalkeepers, I'm aware of that, so... Ooh, that wasn't a great thing for me to do. Let's try it again. Again, it's like the flip of a coin. Sometimes he's willing to drop 5 million, and sometimes he's getting angry straight away, which ain't fair to me. Because that's just whatever save file I'll load is gonna decide if I pay 7 million more or less than him. That's not fair. That's not fair to me. That's not how I like to do that. I don't want to be like the flip of a coin, you know? Don't want to depend my budget on that. Again, I'm willing to go to 2.5 million. Okay, this is the second time that happened. I'm willing to go to 2.5 million on this try. So that's what we're gonna ask, or that's what we're gonna say to him. I believe that, considering his value and Skorupski's value, I believe indeed that there's a gap. So we are willing to pay a bit with Skorupski to get the deal done. I hope he's not going to get angry. We want to get rid of the release clause, but we are willing to get our bid a bit higher. 2.5 million. At least he's dropping his price, but we are not going to get any higher now. 2.5 million, that's what you can get from us. Okay. Not happy with the outcome of that conversation, honestly. But we'll take it. I said 3 tries, so I'm trying to keep that. If I know that he's been like it's not a flip of a coin this time, you know, I know he's being reasonable. Maybe he's right, maybe they deserve a bit more. There is Lucas Toussaint, a bit more expensive. And to get this deal done, we are going to give them another Frenchman, another French defensive midfielder, William van Veenqueur. And we have to accept that we have to pay a bit extra on this guy because Toussaint is quite young as well. We give them an instant replacement, but we have to give them some money. That's only fair. We start with 5 million. Okay, there's still a gap between what they want and what we are willing to offer. Let's make it 6.5. $7.5. I'm willing to go to 8 million, but not much higher than that. Eventually 10, but I rather don't go to 8.5. again, this reaction, I don't like it. But it's gonna give us time, and that's what we can use. And we're gonna save it. Should I also approach Belotti? Should we? I'm not sure. Because I like when Belotti transfer gets this reaction as well. Let's see if we can get that reaction. If we don't get that reaction, then we'll just pretend it didn't happen. Let's just email them. Don't even call them to the office. Let's just email them. Let's say, I know what you're going to want is probably a striker in return. Yeah, I already watched that team. I already know what they need. We're going to offer another player, and we're going with Doumbia, who doesn't have any perspective in that team. 52 million, which is a lot of money. We're going to change that. The most expensive Roma transfer to this point was going to be Gabriel Batistuta from Fiorentina for 36.15 million. We're not going that far. However, Andrea Belotti is definitely the future of English football at this point of the game. So we're going to have to accept that we're going to have to be close to it. And including Doumbia's value, we're going over it. But I don't want to pay more than the value of Batistuta, because I want him to be, in terms of euros, the most expensive player in our history. We're starting with 25, and I hope I don't piss him off. That is the most important part. Okay, he's already dropping, I think, what he wanted. Remove the sell-on clause, because if I want to leave. But we're going to raise our offer a bit. With 5 million. It's going a bit higher because his release clause went off it. We're going to 35 million. That's the top of what I want, of what I'm willing to earn. 33.5. Please say we need some time. Thank you. That's what I needed. We got all these negotiations going, so I'm happy with that. I'll take that. Really, I do. I'm gonna save it. I think I'm doing the right thing. I might be mistaken, and I really hope I'm not. But okay. With the system, the players also get new numbers on the kit. Apparently we played 12.5 to Napoli, but in Italy you know how it goes, they just change clubs quite usually, like go to Squad Hub, and we're already going to tell the players each role. I said I'm going to have a conversation with each of them. I'd realistically do it after the training, because before the training session you don't have the time to meet all the players, go on the plane, do whatever, you know. So I think I'd already meet them actually the day before I start. I think that's more realistic, but you know, let's just leave it for what it is. I tell Alisson, I think you got the potential to be one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I already saw that when he was going to Italy, when he played for them the first games. I was like, who is this guy? I didn't know he was going to be as good, because I think right now he might be the best goalkeeper in real life. Him or Oblak or Ter Stegen, I think. But other good names are Manjan, Donnarumma, David Gea was amazing, but I think he's a really good shot stopper, not a good overall goalkeeper, because his kicks are not that great. And there's a few more, don't even mention all of them. Courtois, obviously, how can I forget about him? There's a few more in there. But yeah, Alisson, I'd say to him, I think you got the potential to be the best goalkeeper, and I'd like you to be around in this project that we're having. Lopont is here for a few years. I like to keep you as a third goalkeeper. There's not going to be many minutes for you, but if so, I like to give you a really good goodbye match at the end of the season, and I'd like to have you around with your experience. So Rigu, you're going to be the second choice goalkeeper. I know you came for the first spot. You're going to have to fight with Alisson for that. You're going to get your chances. You're going to get quite a few games this year, and you have to prove that you're better than Alisson. And if at the end of the season you want more game time, then we will work with him to let him leave. That's really how I'd say it to him. Like, we're totally open. If you think at the end of the season you want more game time, then we're willing to go for a transfer for you to another team. We won't be in the way of you. Of course, we want a transfer sum, but nothing too crazy. And Dusk gets say, I'm sorry lad, but Sarigo's going to be our second goalkeeper, and we can include you in one of the transfers we just heard with Tim Jetvai. So Leverkusen might be a good team for you. I'm gonna show my cards already to him and say, like, I'm not gonna lie about it, I'm not gonna rotate about it. We already got 3 good goalkeepers, and those are the 3 I like to keep. I'm sorry, with all due respect, I'm professional, you're being professional. I wish you all the best and I won't be in your way. I'd rather do this than lie to him that I'm gonna keep him and not play him, whatever. That's not respect. Respect is being honest. I say Florenzi, we're going to play with left wing backs, and I think you're perfect for a profile. I think you're one of the faces of this team. Therefore, I want you to be the first choice left wing back, or right wing back, I mean, and I want you to use number 5. Bruno Perez, we signed for this summer, and you're going to have to compete with Florenzi for that spot. Right now, I'm going to give you number 25, which is second choice left or right wing back. But you have to compete. If you play better, then you're going to get your chances on the right wing back over him. There is Petar Golubovic, and I tell him straight away, we're going to play with wing backs. I don't think you got a profile for wing back. So, since you only got 1 year left on your contract, I like to let you leave. That way the club can still earn some money on you as well. Every player that I give a kid number in the 90s or 80s is just basically saying, I don't have a number for you in the squad. So Golubovic is going to leave. Add him to the transfer list. Noura, Abdullahi Noura. Also, I think you got the profile for right back, but you're very promising. You're 19 years old. You're already better than Golubovic. I think a loan is the best thing I can do for you. I'm going to change your kit number to 45, which means 4th choice right wing back. We don't have a 3rd choice right wing back, but I'm not sure of your future. I hope you can develop and prove yourself in wherever you're going to be loaned out, and that way there might still be a future for you. If not, we're going to have to sell him, but he doesn't have to know that. I don't know why Elio Capradossi got number 10. Didn't know he was the next Totti. Capradossi, I see potential in you. Obviously, you're still a youngster, therefore I won't start you too often, but you're going to get your chances. I hope you can prove to us that you are one of the players that we like to keep around, because we want to sign some centre backs, but I still like to include you as a youngster of us as well. I'm going to give him number, does it really matter, 23 or 24? I'm going to go with 23, I think. Manolas, well, as I told you guys, I'm going to make him the first choice centre back, basically, the most important, the leader of our defense. I want you to play with number 4 in your kit. And yeah, again, leader of the defense. I think now that Rudiger is gone, but Atsial was here years ago. He went to Juventus. I hope you stay and you can become the leader of the defense. There's Juan Jesus, and I'd say to him, I think you fit the profile that we're looking for the 3-man centre back defense. So therefore, I'd like to keep you around. I can't promise you're going to be the first choice on your position, but I think you're a really good defender overall, and therefore I'd like to keep you around. Going to give him number 23, means that Carlos is going to get number 24 for now. This Calabresi, the board had an intention of maybe letting you leave. I'm not too sure. You're going to get your chances in pre-season tournament, but we're not sure if we should loan you out, sell you, or keep you. And I hope you can show us what it's going to be in a pre-season tournament. Going to give him number 34. Castan, I'd be honest with him, I'd say, I'm sorry, but you don't have the profile for this 3-man defense that we are looking for. Therefore, I think the best thing for you is to leave. That way, you get somewhere to play, you're quick on time in terms of the transfer window, you got plenty of time to acclimate, how do you say it, acclimate to your new club, to your new surroundings. So that's why I'd rather play open card with you or show my cards and say that I think that's the best. Norbert Guillomber, same story. I don't think there's potential for you here for this at this club. Not in the way that I want to play the team. Sukanovic, same story. But I can't put him to the list, so I have to use him in a trade deal wherever. Marchisa, same story as Calabresi. You get a chance in preseason probably to show yourself. If not good enough, we'll let you go. I hope you can show us that you're good enough, because we really need some centre backs. I would have loaned out Nicolas Velasco anyway, so that doesn't matter. Kolasinac, you're going to be our first choice left wing back. That's why I asked the board to sign you on a free. And Matteo Darmian is going to compete with you. So he's going to be the second choice, which is number 22. You guys might see a pattern in numbers what I'm doing, but I might get back to that later. Sek would have been loaned out. Defensive midfielders, De Rossi, is he number 11? I think he's number 16 from himself, isn't he? I think he's supposed to be number 16 in every team that he's playing. Let me quickly search that. You think as a Roma fan that I should know, but I believe that he is always been number 16 at Roma. Rossi. Yeah, I think 16 has always been on his back. So I'm not going to ask a legend like him to suddenly trade number 16 because I want him to. That's been your number your entire career, so keep it. Vancouver, we're not really sure you're going to expire in contract, and therefore it's really hard to tell what's going to happen with you. I'm going to keep him on 40 right now. I tell him in a conversation, we're not sure what's going to happen with you. You might be second choice defensive midfielder, but we are looking at another defensive midfielder, and we might use you in that deal. With all respect, I'm playing open card with you, and I think back to France is a really good one for him as well, because he is from France anyway, and from Haiti, I believe. And Rossi, I tell, you're still going to be my captain in this team. There's nothing going to change there. You're still the most important player because of everything that you've done for this club. So to me, you're still captain anyway, and I like to play you most of the games. Bourdain and Ricci, I'd still loan out. Gessen, I'd say, I think a loan move is the best for you. We can all see that you're talented, but I don't really have a plan for you. So we're going to give you number 36 right now, and it's basically saying there might be potential for you in the future. Right now, I wish you can prove yourself somewhere in Europe and develop yourself, so we know if we can use you in the future or not. But right now, I don't think you're ready to play for us. Fratesi, you were not included in the transfer of Defrel. Gonna give you number 26. I like to have you around, but you're gonna have to prove yourself in the few minutes that you get. Otherwise, a move might still be the best thing for you. Pellegrini, why does he have number 7? I'm gonna give him number 15, I think, or number 14. I think I'm going with 14 now. I might change it later. We just signed you, but we already got a really good midfield, very physical. But I think you got more pace and you're more dynamical, more creative. So I still keep you around, but it's really tough competition on that midfield. So I hope you understand that there's going to be some. It's not easy to get game time often. Still, I see your potential and I like to keep you around. So I'm going to try to give you minutes, but I can't promise the world to you. Kevin Strootman got number 6 on him. And I think Strootman, I saw him play in Holland and I wasn't that convinced of him. I saw him at Sparta and I saw he was interesting. I saw him at Utrecht and I was like, is this it? Then PSV signed him and I was a bit surprised by that. But then I saw him play for PSV and I was like, I see his value. I really see that he's got qualities. Then he went to Roma and I was like, at the time Roma wasn't that great. They were always behind Juventus. But I also saw that he was doing really well. He outperformed himself and I was really impressed and proud as a Dutchman of how well he done in Italy. I was surprised by how well he played. So I've got a lot of respect for him. I think if you asked me which player is not going to fit in this team or where would I change the team, I'd probably say I want another midfielder instead of Strootman. But because of the fact that he's done so well before his injuries for Roma, I believe that he still deserves his spot. Really, he really still deserves his spot. He's amazing. Really, if you see where he came from, he deserves a lot of respect from my side. So I like to keep you around number 6, yeah? Nagelen, I gave away the number 4 shirt. I hope you won't blame me too much. I want to give you number 8 on your kit. Do I want him number 8? I think so. And I think I'm gonna give Krugman another number. That's a bit of disrespect to him, but I do rate him. I tell both of them, I see the two of you in front of De Rossi still as the perfect midfield. I don't want to change too much, although you guys are very physical to me, very rough, which I like, but sometimes the game asks for something different, like dynamic or creative or more fragile types who are faster. So I'd still play both of you, but sometimes I'm gonna have to sub one of you guys because the game asks for something different. Shrewdman, can we give you another kit number? I don't want to use number 12 because number 12 is for defense, the 12th man. You know, like without defense we're nothing. Can I give you number 13? I think 13 is such an unlucky number, but I think I'm going with it. And let's try not to be disrespectful to him or anything because 13 is an unlucky number. Doesn't say too much about his role in the team. Sometimes your number does. It's just that number 6 I want to give it to a defender. I believe. Yeah, I want to give it to a defender. Poor Lou, I tell him, I'm not too convinced about you, but you're gonna get the benefit of the doubt, and I want to loan you out to see if you got what it takes to become a player for us. I still want to give you a fair chance, so please show yourself at where are you going to, and hopefully you develop and get your chances here, but I can't promise it. Right now I don't see it in you. Alberto Aquilani, he's gonna get number 15. Or should I give him number 20 maybe? No, I think I'm going to go with 15. I'm still not sure if that fits for him. Maybe go for 20. Let me quickly think here, because I'm not too sure yet. Then maybe make Pellegrini 15 or 14. I'm gonna go 15 now. And then Schrudman gets number 14. Because 13 is an unlucky number that I'd rather not use, unless I kinda have to. Perotti, I see value in you. I think you're a really good player. False 9, but I can't promise you're going to play every game. I see your value and I want you to prove yourself in the pre-season tournament. But I'm not really sure how I can use you best yet. Because in this system it's quite hard. If you play with the point forwards on the midfield instead of backwards where De Rossi is playing, you could be that guy. But we're not doing that. Not often anyway. And therefore you won't always be included in the starting 11, but you will often at least be on the bench. There's Iturbe, who we wouldn't loan out to, I think, Torino or Tijuana this season. I can't put him on the transfer list, but I tell him straight away, I don't think there's any place for you in this squad. With all the respect, I've been open with you. I hope you take it professionally, and we'll help you find another club if the right offer comes by, or trying to put you in a deal with an Italian club for a trade. There's Marco Tumniello, and I say you have to develop yourself to have a chance in the future for this team. Nonetheless, I like to give you that chance because I see some potential in him. I'm gonna give him number 29. Doumbia, I tell him straight away, I'm sorry lad, we already got our strikers and I've got my eyes set on another one. I hope you understand, and we try to work for a transfer for you. There's Pavoletti, who I like to give the role of second Seiko striker, second target man in our team. I see some value for you as that in that role. We're a very physical side, and I think you get more game time and a better team or a better system for you to develop in. So I'm grateful that you chose for us instead of Napoli. But you have to understand that with Seiko in the team and hopefully one of my target strikers, a place in the starting 11 is hard, but you will often be included at least on the bench. I would have loaned out ATQ Pons anyway. Same for Sadiq Umar. Dzeko, you would be my first striker, my first target man. So Leary would be loaned out, and El Shaarawy, I tell him honestly, I see your qualities, you're fast, you're rapid on the first meters, you got some tricks on you, you're very technical, but we don't really play with wingers, and I think that is the best thing for you. You could play next to Dzeko as a striker, but I don't think you got the right physicals for that, and therefore I think it's better for you to leave. Also because I think you're not a real Roma player. I'm not saying you're not committed. You are committed, and you are a professional, but I think it would be a waste of your career. I think you would be used wrong, not in your strengths, if you stay here, and I think it's better for you to find another team. I thought Monaco was great for you, but it didn't work out there. Then I think maybe AC Milan is a good place for you, where you was in the academy, it's familiar surroundings, and you did quite alright for yourself there. So I hope that's one, because we are negotiating with them for a trade deal, and I hope he takes it well. So we adjusted, I think, all the numbers. A lot of talking again from my side, but I think that was the last important part. And the fans who have signed a t-shirt or who have bought a t-shirt with the gold number can, of course, go to the stadium or send it to us if they got a receive, like a proof that they really bought it, that's a real one, and then they get the new kit with the right number on it. Last but not least, the training drill. Quickly saving this, what I've all done, all the things that I've said, all everything, the numbers, the transfer listed players, and we go to the training. Well, I've got to be a bit careful with what I'm doing here. I believe we're starting with goalkeepers. I think Alisson got a really poor rating, and his potential is like 84 in this game, and I think it's obvious that he can be better than that. So we're gonna have to train him to get a better goalkeeper. We will be doing that, because I think positioning, reflexes and diving, shot-stopping qualities are the most important to me in FIFA. Because we're not building up from the back, we're not Ajax, we're a counter team in this FIFA. There's Florenzi. We want to train a wing back, and Florenzi is older than Kolasinac is. Based on rating, I would have given it to Kolasinac, but Florenzi is one of the face of the team, and therefore I like to get him a better rating. And he's already 26, so if we want to develop him, we got to be quite quick on this. What I'm going to do is we're going to go to defending, because I think his defending can be better. You see. We go to centre backs, and the only one that I'm going to be training is Manolas right now, in terms of centre backs, because I want him to be the leader of the defense, one of the best centre backs in the world. So we got to train him since he is already 26 years old. His defensive attributes are really great already, so this is the easiest way to get him higher. But I think what is more important to him is going to be his dribbling, and that sounds maybe strange, but his stamina as well. His ball control, his dribbling, because we play quite high up the pitch. So this is not really going to affect his rating too much, but it is going to help us in our gameplay. If we take a look at the midfielders, there is De Rossi, who we could train as long as possible to keep him up at the highest level. But the truth is he's already 33 years old, and he's going to decline rapidly, like he's going lower quick. There's wingers, but we're not going to train any of them, and there's strikers, and Seiko's already a bit old as well. So we can only train one midfielder, and we can only train one striker. And I think our choices are obvious here. It's either Nainggolan or De Rossi to me, because Strootman is a bit younger, and he's already got potential anyway, so we don't have to train him. And I really want to train Nainggolan, because I think he's a fantastic midfielder, but I want to keep De Rossi around as long as possible, and therefore I owe it to him to train him. His defensive attributes are great already. His passing could be a bit better. His shooting doesn't really matter to me. His dribbling could be a bit better. But you see, it's really hard to get him any higher because he's quite old already. But I think this could be, well, useful for him. Because I can't train his sprint speed and all that. But I can train by dribbling his stamina or his agility. Ball control, agility and stamina. So this one's actually better. And in the role that I like him to play, he's got a lot of build-up role on him. You see that there is Seiko in his shooting, and what we want for him is the same thing. We want him to have that ball control, because he's a target man, his dribbling, but also his stamina and agility. I feel like that is the most important thing. So that's going to be our training sessions. And I'm going to have to do them every week. I can't simulate them because otherwise my players are not going to thrive as much as they do. And this can be really annoying. How do you not save this? It's straight at you. Okay, that's my bad. That's my bad. That's on me. I left the corner open. Come on, he's not even trying. He's not even... Yeah, but now it's a bit late because soon he's going to run into me with 2 players. So what you want to do in this drill is you basically want to make sure you got like 5 or 6 saves in the first few tries when he's on a 1v1 with you. It's really hard, like he doesn't seem to dive when I want him to dive. How did I not get points for that? I saved it, didn't I? I mean... Okay, but the thing is, if he's gonna pass it away now, you see my points are going low, and if I get below 3k, then I think... Oh, come on, how did you let that slip? Oh, we got lucky, we got really lucky that he shot on the post, because if that went in, and a bit poorly, we would not have had an A. I'm convinced of that. This one ain't hard, it's really a nice drill, but it's sometimes they have really good skill moves or something. Ah, too easy. I need to warm up as well. I think you gotta beat like 4 players, and then you're certain of an A in, as long as you don't concede or make fouls. Oh, we're on the ground. That's not fair. We need to save this one for an A, and we won't. But we got points for the time, and that saves us to an A, so I'm happy with that. This is really hard with Manolas, because he's not an agile, how do you say it? Doesn't have a lot of agility, so dribbling past Nainggolan, it's really hard. You see, so I gotta use my skill for as far as I have it, because I'm not the greatest in terms of skill moves, and I missed a pass. I mean, I missed the first, like, how do you call them, things, the arrow, but luckily I still went past Nainggolan, and at this point, that is more important than getting the first arrow. Oh, it's really, really difficult, and I got a certain amount of tries. No, no, no. Oh, Manolas. And the only way to beat him is when I'm on pace. So it's... I done it once correctly, like this. That is like the best chance I have, and how did I miss that? It's quite difficult to dribble with him. Ref, that's a foul. How did I not get points for a foul? Okay, this is going well. Trying to get it in. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. This is going really well. I don't know, from that side it's always, from the underneath side it's always a bit harder to me. Did I get points? Because I believe I missed. Got to touch. I mean, we're on an A, so it doesn't matter. We're already on an A, and that's rare on this drill. I'll always try to go for an A. The timer has been done, so they're like, let's give him one more try. Well, luckily for once, I managed to do it quickly. Or quickly right. I'm sorry for all the talking, lads, but I want you guys to have context in terms of how much work I put on this. Really, like the pre-work, the scouting, but also the career mode already done on my channel with Roma that I deleted about like an hour ago. But just to have a touch of how was it again, how are the players. I've really done my homework, you know. It's like in real life when you study the games of your team. It's a bit like that. I already done all that homework. I already knew a bit of the drills, and I've done that really clever. I have to praise myself. I done it really clever. The thing with this drill is that there's like a streak going on. Ref, that's a foul. I should get points for a foul or something. And the players that I select for this are players that are not really that fast. So what you want to do is you want to keep that streak going, and the easiest way to do so is by simply being on pace before he gets to you, because he's gonna have to accelerate for, I'm not sure who I'm up against, but if I'm on full sprint speed, then it's hard for them to get me. And what you want to do is you want to go in the direction of the left or the right one, and then the moment you're close, you want to switch to the other one, where they have to like switch between the player that's marking you. Yeah, you saw a bit of what I was doing there? That's kind of what you want to do. Unfortunately for me, I didn't get past it, and therefore lost the ball. And since you want to have a streak going on, because you get more points for a streak, every time it's getting harder, there's one defender more, and all that. I already see that I'm not going to make this one. Not this try, at least. You see, I'm full sprinting, and now I've got the best chance of getting around him, and Rossi ain't the fastest. See, and difficult. Sometimes it's a bit of luck as well where the arrow is placed, like if it's on the other side of the defender or on my side. And the reason that I switch so fast once I'm over that line is because he's out of position. The moment you get over this line, you see he's right behind me. If I manage to turn back now, before he switches to him, I have the best chance of getting around him. Unfortunately, we're up against Kolasinac, who is like 90 strength, I believe, or power, whatever you want to call it. See, he's out of position, so he was walking back, and then I might have the edge on him, which I do now. And see, he's still out of position, but I didn't cut inside at the right moment. Maybe, just maybe, if we get this one, yes, we're on an A. You see how hard it is with the older players that I want to keep that top level. So I'm not really doing myself a favor here. I'm just trying to keep them highly rated for as long as possible. So hopefully they play better, but also mainly because they keep their rating and they don't decline so fast. So I can still use them in this career mode. Because you know how FIFA is, once they're above the age of 30 or something like that, the players get really poor. That was annoying, because Zeko should have beaten him. His fellow countryman from Bosnia Herzegovina. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Great turn. In this game, the turning is quite effective. I should have cut a bit more to the outside. We've got 10 seconds, and I think if we make this one, we might just be in. There you go. Similar like the previous one. See results. Everything is nice, and I'm happy with that, especially on the last two players, because it's really hard to keep them top level. So I've done about like 1.5 hours certainly of streaming, and I'm not even into the second day. Can you imagine? Well, that's the amount of homework that I've done. I'm quickly checking my career mode now, so you might hear me talking. Yeah, and I think you still hear me. Now, so it might. Yeah. Just making sure that I'm not talking for no one here, because no one can hear me. We're gonna simulate, or we're gonna skip to the second day. And I expect a lot of emails from the technical directors or whoever we sat with on those transfers. Worst case, let's see, unacceptable. I mean, here they only ask 850, and here they ask 11 million. So he dropped from 15 to 11, and he dropped from a few million to only 850. I mean, he's not going to ask for 850. I'm quite certain that we can get him for 0. We're going to stretch a day here, another one, and we can do another train drill already? Whoa, I didn't expect that to happen. You can do it every Sunday. I kind of want to say damn it, because I don't want to do another one. At the same time, I think for you guys it's more interesting than just me talking. Oh no, we don't want to do this. Load the previous sessions, and we go again. Oh, how do you not save this? This is like right above your head. Like, I'm not a goalkeeper, so it's easy for me to say. I've always been a field player. I did keep sometimes, but what you want to do in this drill is you want to force him to one side, and before he even shoots, you want to close that gap. So, because he already made up his mind. This one I totally done wrong. He's going for the far post, I believe, yeah. And now it's getting hard. But I closed him down. This corner. I thought he was going my right side. Doesn't matter. We're already on 9, so even if he scores this one. Totally fine. You just want to have your saves on the first few tries. Okay. This one is, I think, the most fun out of all the drills that I do. I like finishing more, obviously, but from the drills, I didn't do anything. I didn't even press circle. If you make the foul, make sure you do it on the first one, because you can't get minus points in this game. And this he done well. He was too quick for me. Too quick to change my direction. Ah, well done. And I can't get an A unless I intercept quickly, which I'm not. So, shame. But sometimes they really surprise me with like the skill or the change of direction. I thought he was going to cut back, so that's a shame. And the quicker you get him, the more points. Brilliant redemption. Yes, not a foul. Just one more and we're certain. There you go. You see, you get 2k once you stopping me first, like at the very start. And we got an A by miles, so this one I believe is maybe the hardest one, because Manolas doesn't have that agility, not the dribbling. So this one is the one I just don't like to do. You saw that? I was way too far out. This is what you want to do, cut back before you're at him. Can we get this? Nice. As I might have mentioned, I'm from Greece as well, so Manolas feels like my G, just like Strootman in some way does. But I've always got a weak spot for Greece myself. Like, it's always been my country in some way, despite me not being raised there. Oh, just brilliant. He looks like an attacker almost, the way he cuts him out. Like a cut inside, you know? Brilliant stuff. And there's our A. I'm happy with that. I'll take it every day. once you get a touch for it, once you know how to do it, with even a player like Manolas, it isn't that hard anymore, but you have to get into the rhythm or something like that. You have to know how to dribble towards him to get that certain distance to him that you can cut inside. Because once you're too close, Nangolan is not going to give you an inch. It's not going to give you an inch. Just like Kolasinac is like the poorest choice for me to face here. Like, the computer couldn't have made it any harder. He's quick and he's strong. I think for De Rossi that must be a pain to stand against him. Because he ain't quick and he is strong, but he ain't stronger than Kolasinac, who's like younger and in the prime. And I got lucky that whoever messed up there. See, I want to draw him out and then I want to switch to the other side and I messed up. Well, I still get the points and therefore an A, so it doesn't matter. Luckily that he touched it out of the line, because that gave me like 2k points. We just waited here. We will just wait it here. Okay, next one. And although I didn't want to do this training session, it's only more helpful in terms of it gives me another chance to train these players and keep their level high or raise their levels. So I should be grateful for having 2 opportunities in 2 days. It's actually working in your advantage in some way. And it's a shame that I lost the ball there, because if I had the next one, I would have probably got an A for this already. Well, not after that one, but I couldn't go wrong anymore, I believe. You see, he's out of position, and now I am back. Turn. We put Nainggolan back to Belgium in the turn. And we are already there. Just wait it out. Doesn't take too much effort. And I think we're done. I've put in A. And like this, your team goes forward quick. And I think we should strive forward quick, because that's what the direction I want to go. Building the team is not only getting the right signings and a sportive plan, it's also playing the right way and, most important, training the right way. If you want to build a certain foundation for your team, then the first thing you gotta do is train right, improve players, make them feel happy. That's the most important, safe in this environment. But also, you can work hard, but working hard always delivers, I say. However, if you're working hard but not towards a bigger plan, then you can work hard all your life, but you won't improve too much. You gotta work in the most effective or the best ways for you. And it's different for some people. It says Slice looking for opportunity on the international stage, but that's not true. As a coach of Roma speaking, from a big club like Roma, like Manchester United, whatever, you can't combine jobs. All your attention has to be on the team that you're managing. We let them keep Gonalons, but we want Toussaint. The media don't know that, but we know. What did it say about Venque? Yeah, well, that makes sense that there's speculation about his position, but it's also because we already got plenty of players on the midfield. So it's nothing towards Venque, because he got really decent stats on him actually. It's just that I prefer something else. Oh my god, we can get Belotti for 33.5. That's a bargain. That is an absolute bargain. And all these deals are quite bargains. Really. First, save it, because that is amazing news. I think he was by far the most expensive. Let's do the maths with me, yeah lads? We've got 40 million. If we go to our email, we see we got 33.5 for Belotti. There is, I think, 2.5 on Tin Jetfi, maybe less, but let's say 2.5. so that makes 36 million. Then there's probably 8 million I reckon on Toussaint, that's 44 million. And I think we can get this one for 0. So 44 million plus the signing bonuses, which I think is going to be at least, let's say, it's not going to be 5 million, but let's say 5 million. So we need 50 million tops to do these transfers. Luckily, we managed to stall some of these deals, and the group stages of the tournament are coming. So hopefully, maybe if we even adjust the wage budget, we can sign all of them already. But let's just go step for step. This email came in Ep first, so I bet or I reckon that Romagnoli and his agent. Oh wait, they're not even on their way yet. Let's say AC Milan agent or whatever, their sportive director flew to France, because that's where we are for our pre-season tournament, and we are going to negotiate again. And he said, well, my last offer was 850 over the mil, and I'd say, well, let's have a chat here in France with a nice wine, and we'll talk this through. And then I basically screw him over, because I say, you're not going to get anything with it. It doesn't matter. They think we really need a left winger, and at this point that's more valuable to us. So we can get Romagnoli on a free, but we won't do the negotiations today. Today in game. We're going to try to stall them, but at the same time we don't want to ruin the stalling and everything. Let's see, who was the second email? We will do the other emails tomorrow or after the game. The first emails coming in was Romagnoli and Toussaint, so that's the first ones that we're going to offer. The first ones that we're going to do. And since we're in France, it's probably not that far for this agent or this director. We start off with 6. Please don't get mad. We see that we have to go a bit higher. We'll go to 7. We're getting closer. I like that. 7.5. I'm willing to go to 8. Frankly, 8.5. It would be fair right now to go to 7.5. We'll just save it. That's all we're going to do. There's a copy file there, but I'm only going to use that in case things go wrong. So I have to do all the training sessions again and everything. Well, next up we've got Porto in the first game of this career mode. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick look at Porto. Did I go past the Portuguese league? I think I did. This time with a bit more attention. There you go. Porto. I'm a Benfica fan, by the way, in terms of Portuguese football, and I've got family there, so... This is not the João Costa that's nowadays their goalkeeper, or whatever his name is. Jose Sa, I didn't know he played there. Fabiano. There's a few good goalkeepers there. Is this not the guy from Fiorentina? Because his name is also Abu Bakar, I believe. Never heard of this guy in my whole life. Or is the guy from Ajax? Maybe I did hear about him. Mustafa Rega is a hard player to play against. Oliver Torres, I know who he is. He lacks strength. Danilo Pereira, good defensive midfielder. João Teixeira, I think he even played for Feyenoord at one point. Otavio, isn't he a Portuguese? Approached by Huddersfield, I think you're better than that, son. Sergio Oliveira, didn't he play for Roma at one point? Hector Herrera, even played for Atletico. I thought he was better when I saw him play in Portugal, and then I saw him in Spain and for Atletico, I believe. And I thought he was better than that. Brahimi, player. Andre, don't have anything with him. Diogo Dalot, who was going to Manchester United, I think, that summer after. Reyes, I expected more of his career. He could be an option for us, actually. He's going to expire contract. Pereira, I thought he was... his decline was also quite rapid in his career, I believe. Although he went on to play a few more years for him. But I don't know, it went really quickly either way he went down. And this is the guy who plays for Forest nowadays, right? It also played at Atletico Madrid? Is it that Felipe? I mean, he could be playing that system. Diogo Dalot, but with all respect, Dalot, I don't think you're that great of a player. As a United fan speaking, he is given a lot, but I don't think he's that great. So we've got a bit of an idea of how good Porto is. Okay, we didn't hear anything anymore, but that's logical. What are we saying? We're gonna save it. We didn't get an email by these players where we reach an agreement saying that we're looking forward to meet you. So we still got time on them, because we're probably gonna need another 5 to 10 million. And the only way to get that is by pre-season, or by selling players, or adjusting the wage budget, but I'd rather don't do that, because I think it's looking quite clean like this. Oh, it doesn't, never mind. I thought it was round numbers, but it isn't. It ain't. We didn't get anything on them, but we have to negotiate on these. We can already negotiate, but we wait for an email for him to ask to negotiate. We are going to negotiate here, because we don't have that much space anymore. I wish we can get him on 0, because it would really help us. But I'm a bit afraid that I'm going to piss him off, and that's what I don't want to do. I think we're going to have to accept it. We're going to have to pay like 2 million or something. But I'm really going to try his patience. I'm really going to test him. It's already going lower. And I think I can get him for less than 2.5. Which is already a W for me. Yeah, I thought so. I'm going to have to accept, I believe, that I'm going to have to do something there. That I'm going to have to offer some money. Otherwise, there won't be no way of getting him. But instead of 2.5, maybe we can get him for 500,000 or 1.5 million. Because that's still a W, that is still better than 4.7. Anything below 2.5 is for me a W. Please don't piss him off straight away. Because that'd be the last thing we want to do. Okay, let's just build it up. There's a certain way of approaching these things. I don't think I'm doing it right on this try. I should have started with like 1.5 to get him to go down quickly. See, I didn't take the right approach. Although again, it is a flip of coin. Sometimes he's in a certain mood and he's allowing you to go lower. And sometimes the first offer offends him and the tone is set, you can't get him lower anymore. That's what I figured about these negotiations that I've done throughout the years. So sometimes it's just that simple. And in real life it's different, you know. You can like talk and you can have a chat and I can just do an offer. So if you give me good arguments then I have to raise my offer. Obviously. Let's start with 1 million. Anything below 2.5 is a dub compared to what I thought it was going to be. I really hope we can get it for 1.5. That's really what I'm trying to do. This time he's a bit more stuck. He's not willing to listen, despite me doing better offers than the first time. It's a shame. The one where he said 3 million, that is the one where I should have tried this. That way I could have had a shot at getting him for 1.5 or something like that. Tops 2 million, I reckon. Don't get me wrong, we're already doing... I think we're already like offending them with how low our offer is. But I have like no space to to improve my bid. Like, nothing is really impressing him that much that he's going to say I'm going to go higher or like lower. You see, so it's a really tough position to be in to get him to go lower. Shame. I believe that if I go to 2 or 2.5 that his reaction will be better. I think I just can't get him beneath what I'm doing right now. And it's only fair because his value is 11 million and I'm putting Skorupski in there who's 6.5, so it's only fair to put at least 2.5 in there. I totally get that. I'm totally being unreasonable. But that's just because I'm looking at more than this transfer alone. Let's start with 1.5. Please be reasonable. Okay, this seems to be the good try. Or the good one that I really got a chance. I hope to get him for 2 million. That'd be great. Doesn't seem like it. I don't want to risk it, but yet I'm doing it. 2.8. I feel like there's no chance of me getting much less. At least he saw a bit of a smile on his face. 2.5, let's. I really felt like this one I couldn't go lower. Shame, but it's the truth, I think. Okay, so we've done these ones, and let's quickly check again how much it's going to cost us. 2.5, 10 million, 43.5 million. Then there's going to be signing bonuses, which I think are going to be around 4 million on top of that. So 47 million is what we're going to need. Do we want to make a transfer before the first game? Well, we didn't get an email of any agent yet, so unfortunately for us, we're going to wait till after the game. 3 of them are ready to negotiate. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. I can't talk back to him in the new one, in the new FIFA as you can, but not on this one. And it's a bit of a shame that we couldn't negotiate with Belotti again to stall some more time for the bid, because he's going to be the most expensive one. So we should do the other 3 transfers first and then just switch the budget. We will do but after the game it will simulate. Okay, after the game it will automatically simulate 1 day later, and I think I don't have much space in some of these negotiations. I don't want to take a risk here. So I think we should do at least 1 of 2 transfers. I think we're going for 1 of the transfers, which is going to be Alessio Romagnoli. We put Sharawi in the deal. I quickly want to check. Sharawi, you are on 71k. We want to reduce it, but I know for a fact that Romagnoli wants more than Sharawi is earning right now. So with Romagnoli, we do not have any chances of getting our wage budget 75k lower, which was a goal of the board, I believe. I don't think we have the chance. I want to make you an important player, basically saying you start in every week in the first team, unless we have to rotate the squad, because we want to give you a break. First choice, left-sided centre-back in our 3-man's defense. We want to give you a 4-year deal. You're 22 years old. We think 4 years is great. That way, financially, we won't be too long on your side. I think 4 years is the correct size for the contract here. Because if he's expensive, which he is in terms of wages, then it's hard to get rid of him because other clubs won't buy him because his wages are too high in real life. We do not want any release clauses in this team. Why? Well, that's quite simple, because we want to build something, and if there's release clauses, then there's a chance of you leaving, and again, we want to build a unit, so we don't want any release clauses. And I have to go for the wages. I know how much he wants to earn. I'm going to start with 90 and 900. Please don't get mad. Okay, it's actually looking really good. But we don't do bonuses because we just don't want suddenly to lose like a million. well, since we got rid of the bonus, we still do 90. And here we see you want a bit more. Let's go for 100. Could have maybe had him for a bit less, but I think this is a fair offer, considering he gets rid of the bonus. Here you see what they're saying. It's not quite what my client was hoping for, but he's eager to join your club and will accept a weekly wage of 100. That's basically saying you didn't overpay. There's one where he says like, that's a reasonable offer, we're happy with that. Then you paid too much. Then you could have had him for less. This way I didn't pay too much apparently. Unfortunately, he was 29k more expensive plus 1 million signing bonus. So we lost 1 million already in signing bonuses, which is a shame. We're gonna give Romagnoli number 3 and he's got that. So I'm happy with that. He won't be playing next game because he just arrived at the team. Pre-season is there to test new players, but I can't play someone who just arrived at our training ground. Let's say he's doing his medical now, but the paperwork is finalized and the media can say there is an agreement. Well, it's funny because Ferrari is going back to where he came from and Romeo is going back where he came from. Just in a different way of career paths, because they didn't go straight from one team to the other. There's been some things between, and now he wears another kit or another suit. Now he's wearing black, but I like this cutscene. Quickly saving that for myself. Memory, my first transfer, Alessio Romagnoli, cost us €1 plus 1 million signing bonus and 29k, and El Shaarawy obviously, and now he's in a blue kit, a blue suit. Quickly save that as well, and now we can start and go to the game. I like to win my first game, but it's hard. It's Porto and we're playing on Legendary, by the way. Let them play in their home kit, because their away kit is a bit similar to ours. Game settings. We will be playing on 5 minutes, Legendary. And we're playing in the Messiah Stadium. Their shot error is a bit lower to only 40, making it more realistic in terms of their goal scorings, because they have less error shooting, meaning they have more chance to score. In that pre-career mode that I done earlier, I put it on everything on the same, 50-50 everything, and I saw that they missed some big chances. So that's why I decided to give them a bit of an advantage there. Let's see. I'm totally happy with our lineup. I totally chose for this. Just quickly check in. Calibration for sprint speed. Yeah, calibration seems more logical. El Shaarawy has left us, so that's why Darmian is sitting there. But at the same time, it's the most realistic, I think, because I mean he just joined us. And I didn't appoint anyone for free kicks or whatever, just the captain, but that's fine, Everybody knows their roles, what their plan is, stay on the wings, stay out wide, stay central. That's all they need to know now. Let them adjust to the system, step by step. We're not going to go at full speed at them, like this is what you do, you're going to take that, you're going to do that. We have to experience a bit as well, you know. We will be playing 3 games in a matter of about, 1 or 2 weeks, I think less than that. So therefore, we will rotate the squad as well. People will get the chances. And this is not only the first game, which I obviously want to win, but it's also the hardest game in this group, I believe. Therefore, most important for us to play the best team. I feel with the second team we still have a chance, possibly against the other ones. It's a beautiful stadium.
Hanno preso l'esterno difensivo che mancava dal punto di vista tattico a questa squadra. Oggi abbiamo già
la
possibilità
we got him on a free. And the commentary is Italian, because we're an Italian club. I don't speak no Italian. I don't speak Italian, so I don't understand what they're saying. I truly don't. But we're an Italian club, so I'm not gonna learn Italian, because I won't understand it anyway. If there's language that I'm gonna learn, it's gonna be Greek, because I'm from Greece as well as I'm Dutch. So, but again, I should put on Italian to respect the Italian team that I'm having, because I think that's manners as well. It's a shame I can't adjust the suit, although I like this suit. I've got a lot of suits myself, about 14 I believe. Okay, they're not playing Casillas, not Ricardo Pereira, no Corona, no Abu Bakar, but they're still playing a decent team. Only Josue on the right midfield and Marcano, but Marcano still got pace, I believe, in this game. I think their right flank is possibly their weakest side in the lineup, and therefore that's where I think we got the best chances. And look at Nainggolan, that's the one player you don't want against you from this Roma side, I believe. Him, the Rossi Strootman, that's like Van Nistelrooy once when he was against AC Milan. There was Maldini, there was Cafu, there was Nesta. And I don't know who the left back was anymore, but he basically said usually you go for the weakest one, but he was against all of them. There was no weak one. So you knew that was going to be a hard one, and he didn't score that night. I believe he said that at Oxford University or something like that, Cambridge, I don't know. I believe he had one of those, oh, what are you doing, son? Keeper. Damn, he nearly let it slip in there, didn't he? Let it bounce on the line. That's not really looking comfortable to me. I'm glad that he is comfortable, but this is well played. Turn, and player saw him overlap already. Midfielder. In 3 tries, but we scored in the first attack, I believe. And Florenzi scores the first goal of career mode, I think. It's such a beautiful kid. Such a beautiful kid. No sponsors. Dark red, almost burgundy red. And golden, almost golden-like letters. I mean, or golden-like colors for the lettering, for the things. I think it's truly a piece of art, this kit. I think the socks would even be better if they were red as well, and not black. You want to see a replay on that? First shot of this career mode was going to be Strootman with a good try, and I think here I should have already opened up on Kolasinac maybe. Although if I look at it, I don't think he would have a good chance here. I think I actually made the right choice by giving it to Strootman. Here I could have given it, but he was offside, so here I already pressed shoot in, so he would have been offside. On the post, bounces back to Florenzi, and I would have loved if he just scored it straight away, but he needed 2 touches. Made the right choice by shooting, because Perotti or whoever was not free. And then here I could have paused it, but no, I made the right choice. I think 3 times. We got a bit lucky. Florenzi scores the first goal of the career mode in the first attack. Not the first shot, however. Oh, this is not looking great. Beautiful shot from him, a curler inside the post. Just missed. See him overlap, that's what I want. Perfect. Seiko, please get through the box. He was too late, wasn't he? I think he was too late. Ah, this is going wrong. Nainggolan shouldn't have pushed in. I don't know why he pushed into that yard box. 16-yard box or whatever inch. Or whatever feet it is for the box. Ah, well played. We better win this. Cappadocia wins it. But we don't look fully comfortable defensively, a bit shaky. Nainggolan, that's yours. Ah, in the small space he keeps possession. Well done. Really composed. Perotti. He tried to give it to Seiko. Made the wrong choice. Nainggolan again. Open up. Kolasinac needs to overlap. I see Seiko go. No, it was meant to Seiko. Why did he not pass to Seiko? Keep possession. I see him in the middle. Perotti. Just couldn't get it. And now we have to switch on to Rossi. Lovely, not even a foul. I like that. He's experienced. He knows how to challenge them. Open up. Florenzi's going. Is this going to be another chance? No. Oh, I shouldn't have laid it off. I shouldn't have laid it off. I thought Perotti was going to be free. Could have been 2-0 now. Could have been. Could have missed as well. Who knows? I like to win headers for my team. I want us to be dominant because we are a very physical Roma side. Look at Kolasinac as well. Some staminas in there. This is well done, but I don't like the opening that we get in there. Oh, I didn't expect to get past him. Ref, that's a pen. That is a pen. Marcano, I believe. I thought he looked more like Marcano. I even got my glasses on. I know Perotti got great penalties. Like his penalty stats are really good in it. Penalty 90. What is Seiko saying, however? 67? Okay, then we're gonna take Perotti. Please don't save the goalkeeper. Ah, that's a clean penalty. And that's why he's probably got 90 penalties, because he just knows how to take them. The thing is, when I passed it to him, he could have scored straight away, but I didn't expect the defender to open up the way he did. Calm way of walking to the ball. Quite slow. Run up to the ball. I think you should increase your power by every step and your pace, so you have like more volume when you shoot. It's like more of a smooth transition than just a walk like Pogba does or Jorginho does or Bruno Fernandes does. I don't like those penalties. I don't like those. I think once you fail, like once it doesn't pay off, you look so silly. Goalkeeper, well done, I'll take it. Florenzi, I don't, you won it. Well done, lad. Well done. Perotti, are you going deep? What's the plan? I see you going, but I meant it for him. Why is the Rossi laying on the ground, ref? Open up. Seiko. Florenzi. Oh, this is beautiful. Perotti this time. No, I should have just turned and shoot. I thought maybe he would get the space for a shot. Just walk back, don't pressure high. We're a counter-attacking team, remember that. I want smooth transitions. Once they reach our half, that is where we try and push them. Oh, this is well done. Kolasinac overlapping once more. Plenty of players on the edge, but Kolasinac doesn't pass it correctly. Nainggolan, are you going to take the shot? No, the pass was too slow again. Nice try. Nice try. Didn't put the ball correctly in front of him and therefore not getting his best possible shot out. Because I think if he laid it off correctly for himself, like a smoother touch, more in the way he was running, Good save, Alisson. But if Strootman had like a better touch, a better first 1 or 2 touches, he could have had a way better shot, I believe. Because he's got quite a belter on him. Seiko, this is where I would like you to pressure and not save your energy. We're about to reach the break, and they want to attack one more time. And now I can really use your strength. Manolas, well done. Come on, lads, get the ball away. Don't concede before the break. Those are the most annoying, I believe, to concede. It's cleared. I think it's been maybe a bit of a boring first half. You saw how we're going to play this career mode, but we didn't get real big chances. We looked a bit shaky, not enough action, I believe. That's how I call it. On the other hand, we're leading 2-0 in our first game, and you see already some transitions going really well. Kolasinac overlapping, Florenzi overlapping. But you see that at the end of the box, we don't make the right choice, or the passes are not correct, and that is the biggest flaw. I really miss a number 10, a false 9 in this formation. However, with the Rossi, we have that defensive security, and you can see here that shot on the post 10 was amazing though. They deserved the goal, I believe. We got lucky with our goal and they got unlucky with their goal to be. We did not make any substitutions. We will do that around 60 minutes. Because we got another game in a few days, and that was a risky pass, by the way. Seiko going in behind. It's good ball. Strootman. Kolasinac is going. This is not what I meant to do, obviously. I meant for Seiko, but it took too much time. And Rossi doing this really well. Nangalun going into the midfield. I see Seiko go, but that opens the space for Perotti. But too many opponents. As I was saying, we've got a match in like 2-3 days, and I still want to have a few first team players, because we're not double taken on every position. So I need to save some players for that game. Strootman, Kolasinac, just take the shot, lads. Not bad, not bad. It got blocked. Oh, I thought it was just a shot going wide. Seiko is basically surrounded, and I think this is the perfect place where you want to like give a cross to, if it's not covered by defenders, like it is now right now. Florenzi, just keep the possession. That's what I rate most right now. Possession in this case is control. Try and open some spaces. Some body feints. Strootman. Can't really find the opening. Sometimes I'm too slow, because there's been plenty of openings. Strootman, I was hoping you could cover the line, but he doesn't have eyes in his back, so he didn't know he went wide. 58 minutes played. If I sub now, that might be in time. I'm gonna put Pellegrini in for Strootman. Not in personal Strootman, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Bruno Perez or Darmian or Pavoletti. Pavoletti will get game time next game. I think I'm gonna put Darmian in. Bruno Perez has to wait for I think the next game.
Per ora ci sono le voci, Miraias potrebbe finire a San Siro, sponda rossonera con la maglia del Milan. Ha dimostrato il suo valore in campo.
Oh, just couldn't get him off the ball.
Da parte di diversi club.
Oh no, that's gonna be wow. That's an amazing recovery from Kolasinac, because the attacker had to win that striker. Oh, that's really poor. Seiko, is that your pass, or was it Perotti choking it?
Puntuale qui il difensore nel recupero. C'è il pressing. Daniele De Rossi.
Perotti, you can have that. Ah, that's a shame. He was too late, you saw that? Or I should have waited maybe one step so he was in a better position to receive. Double substitution. I think I like to keep on that for this game, unless something is needed for injuries. How is it? Didn't they clear it? Can someone explain me how Okay.
Victor Garcia.
Oh, I stepped in poor. I should have just pressed tackle. I thought I was going to block it, but never mind. Wrong choice of passing, but I'm going to get a chance again. Yes, this is well played. Florenzi overlapping. Oh, Nainggolan, why'd you stop running? I could have cut back, but I was hoping to just cross it to, I think, Darmian or Schruden or Pellegrini, whatever. The Pereira's coming on. And the Rossi is taking this. I think I should have given it to Florenzi, but I'm not sure. Who was heading it? I'm curious, who was heading it? Was it Seiko or was it someone else? I think it's Seiko, I believe. In a clutch. Almost got in.
Cambio dunque, è un modo per dare un messaggio anche psicologico ai giocatori a caccia del pareggio.
Have wasted possession the way I did. I should have maybe stopped Nainggolan. I'm a big fan of Nainggolan, bigger than Schruden, but I think Schruden played a better game and deserved maybe more game time based on performance. But I didn't stop him based on performance. Darmian too slow. Too slow. Which number does he have on his back? Oh, this is well played. Oh, this is well played. Good block from whoever. Amazing block, amazing recovery. This should have been their 100% goal. They were not allowed to win this header, yet they didn't. Capardossi, and this was too quick for me to handle. Then the pass back, we were clueless, but he should have just go for the goal. They messed up big time. And this could have gone in, but it's straight at Alisson. He blocked it with his calf. Pellegrini. That must have hurt. That must have hurt, dude. Or actually the kneecap on the inside. I think that's a really nasty one, because that can injure you in a bad way. I've experienced it, not on the kneecap, but to block a shot on the outside of my boot, middle in the sliding, and really, oh, this is poor. I blocked an absolute, like, almost a goal kick of a keeper, like full power, and it's still, 2 years later, I still have damage from it on my foot. Like, what happened to the hit that it was on my bones, in my foot? It just touched I blocked it with quite an unlucky part of my boot, of my ankle, because if it went like anywhere else on my ankle, maybe it wouldn't have hurt as much, but wouldn't have done the damage that it did. And I feel like I'm digressing because my game is a bit poor, you see? This is what I mean. Concentration is key. And concentrating is the one thing that I'm not fully doing now. Yeah, they deserved it. I did not deserve a clean sheet. I was too much messing about. I was acting as if I was already there, and they had some good tries. They 100% deserved one goal, and honestly, they deserved even more than one. Totally on me. Let's a few more minutes. I have to concentrate now. I was saying, like, I was unlucky with the part that I injured it, like I blocked the shot with, but I have to admit that it can really be a blow to, like, your bones or whatever part that it's getting in contact with. Luckily they mess up, because if they were sharper, they could have reached, like, yeah, look, I can't find my strikers. They're not going towards the ball. Capardossi, you can't keep losing headers, dude. I thought it went in. I'm really pissed off at Capardossi. Whoever is standing, it's Mr. Marega in it. Yeah, it's Marega, and then it makes sense why he's losing the headers. Oh, he's not allowed to get in front of you, Manolas. It's Manolas, right? It must be Manolas. Must be. I can't imagine who else. We're choking it. I'm choking it. And this one also. Whatever you do, lads, win this header. Everything. All that we've got. We got a chance, mate. I did not deserve a win based on the last minutes. We won our first game, but the last, I'd say after substitutions, we were done for. We had some possibilities in the counter-attacks, and we didn't use them. And as soon as they scored, it was all back, and we got lucky that their sight wasn't sharp, that they were not sharp in the finishing. Because if they were, we would have lost 100%. We would not even have drawn, we would have lost. Now this moment, yeah, it was a weird one. Why was Ederson standing still for so long? But it never crossed the line. Then he scored straight from that attack, I believe. And Brahimi, this was, I think, this was the curler, yeah? He could have laid it off, maybe Marega was in a better position, but it's a beautiful shot. If you look at the direction of the shot, it's weird how it bounces. It's like a straight ball, it's not even a curler. I mean, how did it go on the post? It should have been in. It was hard to miss it actually from the direction it was going to. Penalty. Alisson safe. Oh, this was well done, yeah, this was well done. I think this is the save that's more interesting. Alright, decent save. This was a decent save. Brahimi and Alisson had to go all out still to keep a point for, or to keep a win for us, which we need, because we kind of need that prize money. At the end they took the overhand, and therefore the stats are in their advantage, I believe, because they had more shots. It shouldn't have been like that. If I kept concentrating, it would have been an easier win. What I'd like to do is I rate my players after game, so that's what we're going to do. Alisson, one of the stand-up performers, he helped us big time to this win. He had a weird moment in the first minutes, but I'm going to give him a 7.5. Capradossi played well until he was against Marega, and Marega is a great physical striker, so it's not crazy that a youngster is losing it. But if he stood up to the task against him, he would have got a lot of credit from me for the next games, and he didn't. Yet he was playing alright till the top striker went against him. Gonna say a 6. Honestly, I don't like how that last header was a chance where Alisson had to save. You should have blocked it. I'm gonna say 6.5. You were better than Capradossi to me, but you weren't great. Jesus. You see how many headers he lost? 7. He's quite short, isn't he? So maybe that explains as well. I'm gonna say a 6 as well. De Rossi had some really good interceptions in the first half, especially. In the second half he became a bit messy because of lack of concentration on me. I'm gonna say a 7.5. No, actually a 7, as it was better. Florenzi got a goal, lost possession a few times, not fully comfortable in the role yet. Yet I'm gonna say a 7, but he lost a lot of headers, you see that? How did he lose 12 headers? I don't feel like there was that many headers towards him. I'm gonna say a 7. Nainggolan, I think he wasn't as good as Strootman was. Gonna say a 6.5. Pellegrini, truth is, when he came on, I don't think he lost that many times possession. The team performed less. I'm gonna say a 4.5. Sorry, dude. Matteo Darmian looked a bit poor to me. I'm gonna say a 4. Seiko, 2 assists, so he done a good job. But he lost a lot of possession. Gonna say a 6.5. I'm a bit harsh on them, a bit strict on them. Not that generous in terms of grading. Perotti got a goal, but he lost possession a few times, and I felt like he was not in position all the time. So I'm just gonna say a 6. Kolasinac, I think he was decent, but at the end there's a few duels lost there. Still gonna say a 7, because it's really hard what he and Florence are doing. Strootman was for me one of the better performances, still a few ball losses. Gonna say a 6.5. I think Nainggolan got a 6.5 as well, for me. My standout performer, Alisson. Yeah, I believe so. Alisson, Seiko and Florenzi, I believe. Those were the best three, and maybe Strootman as well. We got lucky to get a win in this first game. And Montpellier and Stade Rennais, most important for us, got a draw, which makes it easy. If we win the next game, we're through. If we win the next game, we are through already. And that's just beautiful. We got a new email. What is that email saying? Okay, so everybody's looking forward to the negotiations. We have already done Romagnoli, so we delete that one. We delete this one. That is done. We're gonna leave that. Well, we've done all these, but I'm not gonna... Okay, so basically everybody's waiting for us right now. So now it's kind of time to do whatever we need to do. And I won't get any prize money, so I can't stretch it any longer, because the players are gonna say my offer is like withdrawn, you have to negotiate again. So unfortunately we couldn't stretch it longer till we get extra money. Unless we sell someone, but we're not going to sell someone and get that money before these negotiations are done. So we have to be really careful on these generations to make sure that we get every player. And I don't think we can, honestly. Okay, this is Tin Jetfi, and Tin Jetfi's negotiation, Skorupski's going to go. He's on 45.5. So if we can get Jetfi on anything less, we're making a profit. Because we already are on 29k more than we wanted to, so now we gotta go 100k back at least. Well, who was the first one? Because I think Jetfi is the last one to contact us. It was Belotti. But he's the most expensive one, and that is the problem about it. Yet we do have a bargain on him, but we do it on all of them, I believe. I'm going with Tussar first. Oh, I didn't check we were negotiating. Tussar, we trained Feinquer. Can I see how much Feinquer earned? Oh, that's a silly mistake from mine. I think I can find it if I go to FIFA Index. FIFA 18 Career Modes Index. William Feinquer. How do you write it? Okay, I found him. Then we go to the right update. That was the FIFA 18 one on 22 of August in 2017. And his wages were 70k. So if we manage to get to SAR on anything less, that'd be great. Rotation. I mean, that's fine with me, because De Rossi is our first choice defensive midfielder. However, we got you as our second defensive midfielder in mind, and De Rossi's already quite old, so within 1 or 2 years we expect you to be the first choice defensive midfielder. So for now, rotation, and soon probably the first choice. We're gonna say a 5-year contract, because he's really young. No release clause, because we're trying to build something here. We want that unit, as I explained earlier. We don't know how much he's on. I could search him on as well, because I mean these are things that you should be able to see. I mean, you've got a network and all that, right? Let's quickly search him as well. FIFA Index, FIFA 18 Career Mode Index, and then we go to SAR. I found him. Then we go to the right update, FIFA 18, the first one on August 22, and he was earning at the time 43k. Of course, he wants to go for a raise. I hope I don't piss him off. This is like a small raise of what he was earning, right? Because this is only like 50k higher, like 7k higher than he did. Yet I'm gonna offer it. Please don't be pissed off. Please, that's all I'm asking. This seems really reasonable. Remove bonus. I'm going back to 50, but I see what a higher bonus here. 600. I think he's going to say no, but please don't get pissed off. And he's willing to do it. Usually I like to have, if you say 60k, 600. If you say 50k, 500. But we made a profit here, because Fanquay, what was his name? William Fanquay, I don't know how you pronounce it. Basically, we got him on 50, and Fanquay earned 70. So we made a profit of about 20k. We lost 29k on El Shaarawy, because we had to pay 29k more, but we got 20 back. So we only lost 9k, and we did 2 transfers. If we go here and we go to our weekly budget, it's just a bit higher, just 9k higher than we did, and we signed 2 players. I'm gonna save this. Got 2 players in. Unfortunately for us, we only got 31 left, and Belotti's already 33. We could shift the wage budget, but then still it's hard. So this is going to be really hard to get all 4 of them, and there's not much that I can do, because it's really hard to, like, negotiate in terms of wages on this game. Like, you can't go much lower than it. So we're going to negotiate this one, because it's the easiest for us to do. Okay, I'm going to say rotation. I think that's the most obvious one. We want you to be a starter, a right choice, first choice centre backs, but it's also up to your development. So you have to show it. If you don't show it, we might have to rotate the squad, or because you're still a bit young and you're not always a starter for Leverkusen. Yet I think you got the qualities to do that, so I hope you can show it to us. 5-year contract, I'm going to say 4 years, with an option for a 5th year. No release clause, that's perfect. I like that idea. We're building towards something. We want to keep the team as much the same as we want, and only strengthen it. Okay, I don't know how much you're on currently. I know that Skorupski, and I'm going to search Skorupski now as well, just to make sure that I got it right. Now we search Skorupski, and I believe he was on 46.5, if I'm correct. Skorupski. There we go, I found him. Now we go to the right update, which was the FIFA 18-1, 22 of August. I got that one in front of me, and now I'm going to search Tin Jetfi. I'm trying to reach the goals as well in terms of getting those wages lower. So it'd be really nice if we can get it 9k lower now as well. FIFA 18 first update, 22 of August. It was in that. He was earning 36 at Leverkusen. And Skorupski was earning 46. So we've got about 10k of a gap to improve, but Tim Jetfi probably wants to earn a bit more than he did at Leverkusen. Also, he's a starter. I'm going to start with 4,400. I hope I don't piss him off. This seems really reasonable. Let's say 500 and make this 42.5. Yeah, I'm willing to go for that. That still saves us about 4k, so it means we're only 5k more expensive with the signings we've done, and we can still let Castan go and some other players, so we can still reach that goal. He might say yes. And now he suddenly wants a bonus. Let's try this again. I hope I don't piss him off, because I'm going lower than what he wanted now. Okay, he's back to what he was asking first. I'm willing to do 42.5. It's a bit of a weird number, but I'm willing to do it. But it's a bit less than that. I mean, that's great. So we're only 5k more expensive, and we've done 3 signings. I think that's really good work from us. Well, we made 2 signings, so let's quickly adjust their numbers. Tin Jetfi is going to get number 6. Do I agree with that or not? I think I'm gonna agree with that, yeah. Or actually, no. I think I'm gonna give him number 23 or 24. I'm not sure what I thought this all through already yesterday. I think we're going with 23. That means that Juan Jesus has to get another kit number. And then Caprilossi gets a higher number. It's that simple. I'm going, I think, with number 32. We're quickly going to save it. And we're still only 5k higher than first, so I'm really proud of that, because it's hard to strengthen your team and not pay more. And I believe in ratings I don't strengthen my team maybe, but in my plan, in what I'm working with, I am. 2% only, but that's totally fine, we're just in the season. What I wanted to check was this, the budget. See, the wage budget is still similar, we're only 5k more expensive. This is where it gets interesting. Dumbia's included in the Belotti deal, yeah? Let's say Dumbia, how much are you on currently? You're currently financially on 84k. Okay, that's good. 84k. Let's see. I think we can already see what Belotti is earning, because he's like a well-known, regarded player. He's on 58. So we can basically, I think we should be able to cover his wages with Dumbia's wages. So we got that wage budget, most of it to shift towards transfer money. We need to reach at least 33.5 for the transfer fee, and then we still need his signing bonus included in that as well. So I'm doing this really slowly. I can almost fully go there, and I think we can make it. If I put it on 35, yeah, I think if we put it like this, I think we can just make it. If you hear background noises, I'm sorry about that. As you can see, it's 29th of December. There's already fireworks here in the Netherlands. And I'm not a fan of that, I'd rather play my game. Okay. We already did 2 transfers today. I want to see if the news is coming up with that, because I like the players to get their moment. Tin Jetfi. Back in Rome. Quickly gonna save that. Does he not have a... We still have to adjust his number as well, I just realized. Tussar, where are you? We're not gonna get number 7, kid. 14 is taken, 15 is taken, 16 is taken. 13, I'm sorry lad, I don't like to give 13 to anyone, but it's the closest to the starting 11, and number 6 is for a defender in this case. Usually number 6 is for my defensive midfielder, but this time, since I'm playing with 3 centre backs, which I think really fits Italy's system, like the Italian competition, that's like the only competition where I believe you could do that, like easily, because there's more teams playing like that. I feel like it's more an Italian way of playing. I hope Belotti's not pissed off yet. Okay, there you go. I'm not sure how much Belotti wants to earn. I'm really not sure yet. We know he's on 58, and I believe he's going to want to earn 100. That seems fair. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's going to want 100. I think we can just pull this off. Negotiate. The big transfer. Crucial, that's fair. You're a big player. You scored a lot of goals last season in Serie A. You showed your potential, your worth. So we like you to fill in the role next to Seiko as a very active striker who's going deep, who likes to pressure, who falls back, does defensive work. So yeah, we think you're a very important member of the first 11, and you should play almost every game, especially with your age as well. You're big player for us. So this is a big transfer in our history, the second biggest transfer in our history, because Patrick Schick didn't happen, Tammy Abraham didn't happen. Is there more? So you're our second biggest transfer in history, and therefore we have to give you a long contract. However, we can't be stuck to financial things, so we have to watch ourselves. 3 years with an option for an extra year makes 4 years. We like no release clause. We want to build something, a whole story again. Wage budget. I don't want to piss him off, yeah. Well, Doumbia was on 84k. So if we go to 75, we are 9k below Doumbia, and then we are actually 4k on our scheme of going 75k lower. That means that I'm gonna start with 1 million signing bonus. I hope I don't piss him off. I could have had him for less? There is no way I could have had him for less. How much did I offer? 70? 75. I offered 75. That means that we didn't have to go as far as I thought we needed, but I'm totally fine with that. I'm happy with that. I'll take it. The big transfers happened. Wow, I didn't expect that to go that easily. I'm calling it a negotiation miracle, the way we managed to get all these players. I want to give you number 10, Belotti. I'd asked Totti to do the negotiations, to sit there as well, to try him to join us, because Torino obviously wanted more than 33.5 million, but I asked Totti to talk with Belotti from the national team and say, you know, he's got his contacts, and try to persuade a transfer to Roma. And he's probably going to be loyal to Torino and say, okay, I like the idea to be in your footsteps, I'm honored, but I want my club, Torino, to keep a lot of money from me, because I want them to do well. And you already got Bruno Perez from us, Sirigu was stolen, hijacked from us, so Roma got to pay. And then Totti explains, yeah, but Batistuta was one of the biggest transfers in Italy, one of the best strikers ever, maybe. He was 36.15, and we don't want to break that record because we feel like it could pressure you as well. But we are going to include Doumbia, so Torino get a player back plus good money for you. And then he might say to Torino, the board, I want to move to Roma. They're willing to offer you just below Batistuta's transfer, and you get someone in return. And then Torino might be willing to work on a transfer and not ask 100 million or 70 million, but be like, okay, we get a player back for him, so we don't have to invest that money in another one. Plus, we get a good offer, which is just below Roma's record. Of course, we want a bit more, but we are willing to help Belotti to the next step, and Roma is working with us, and I don't know that Totti maybe did his part there. We're going to give him number 11 because we want to use number 10. Totti is number 10, and we are not going to use number 10 again, and neither we are going to use number 16, which is the number of the Rossi. We just can't. We just can't do that. So number 10 and number 16 will never be, in my opinion, should never be worn again in Rome, because it belongs to two of the biggest legends of this club who spent their whole career here. De Rossi turned down Manchester City when they became a good side, and Totti turned down Real Madrid. So both these players deserve an immense amount of respect for their loyalty to the club, and for their loyalty we pay back that loyalty by not using those numbers anymore. 16, I don't matter too much, but 10, that's difficult, but yeah, we have to. And here he is, the big transfer. Andrea Belotti, not with an R. It's hard to imagine how he can possibly be a good fit in his new club. Jeez, you guys don't like Doumbia. Neither do I, but at least I respect him. Let's record the last minute of that. It's a shame that Toussaint didn't get any of those animations. Anyway, yeah, that's that. We did the numbers. We still got a small amount of money left. I do a press conference, of course, introducing our new players and all that, but also thanking the board for the budget that they made free for transfers. We lost, and I tell the press, we lost a few good players last year. Rudiger, Emerson Palmieri, Paredes and Salah, and as you guys know, we earned about 100 million for that, but that doesn't mean that 100 million is straight for me or for our board to go for new players. I'm happy that the board has made some money free for us to reinvest and strengthen the team, and I think Monchi in this case, who's our technical director, and Francesco Totti, my assistant, and of course club legend of Roma, who have helped me identify these targets and put these transfers up. Because without their work, they did with me, their work they did for me and for us, it wouldn't have been possible. And for me as a coach to have my targets, the 4 players that I wanted to get in this transfer period before I even came here, because we even got Kolasinac, Darmian, Sirigu, transfers in which I agreed, because I wanted those players too, Bruno Perez, Pavalotti. So the board already listened to my wishes in whom we sign and who we not sign. And those were the transfers that was before I was working here, which of course we had some contact on. However, I'm really happy that 9 days or 8 days into the season, into the pre-season, and all my wishes, all the players that we wanted, we got for, I think, amazing prices. I don't want to disrespect the clubs that we got them from, but I think we done a negotiation miracle for how the board done it. So I'm really happy, I'm really proud of that they did this for us, and now I have plenty of time to work with these players to get them in the system and try to get the best out of them, to develop them and acclimate, I don't know how to say it, into this team. They got a lot of time to go with us on a pre-season tournament, get some minutes in, learn the new teammates before the competition starts. So I think I should praise them for their work, for how fast they did it, for the prices they've done it with the budget, I think, and the negotiation. I'm really happy with how they all did it, and I hope me, the team, the staff, can help the players interrogate as quick as possible and as good as possible into this club. So yeah, I'm really grateful for the work that my team, my staff has done in achieving these signings. Yeah. And the whole media, the whole world may see that, because you have to be grateful for the staff and the board that is working with you. Sergio Oliveira, but he does not have the profile to play for us. Otavio, not the profile to play for us. He does have the profile to play for us. Quick and strong. I don't have interest, but good player. Yeah, Bjorn Fischer, so he's like a Danish, I got a Danish agent, I bet. Okay, we've done that. I quickly want to see the transfers that happened. I saw a few coming by. We did the first few transfers of the year, and with that we've spent 43.5 million basically, and €1, which is I think a bargain if you look at the players that we've got. Okazaki is going to Russia, interesting. Don't know who this guy is. Turin, never heard of him. If we look at the first team, I mean these players are just here, so I'm not gonna put them in the first team yet or anything. Romagnoli has been with us for 4 days now. So I'm gonna include him on the bench. I think it takes 2 weeks for players to interrogate into the club, into the team. But it is pre-season, we can try, we can do whatever. Some of these players obviously need a rest, so I want to give some other players a chance. But again, if we win this one, we're already through, and then we can play the third game with like the 11 weakest players, so the first players can charge for the remainder 2 games. So we're going to play with a bit of a mixed team here. Let's see. I know it's taken on well, but I want to give Pavletti a chance. Kolasinac is full energy, Florenzi is not. Darmian didn't impress me that much either, so he's not going to start. Romagnoli, I believe you are the longest of all the signings here, so I want to take you with us. Instead of Capelossi, you will be playing left hand side. Weak foot is really bad. That's a bit of a problem, but it is what it is, I bet. Or, you know what, keep him there. Keep him there. Calabresi. Yeah, you know what, why not take him indeed. Florenzi on the bench. Aquilani, who we signed on a free, not going to Las Palmas but to us. Are we going to play Perotti up front again? We do not have any other choices. We have Belotti, but it's taking some time. So he plays again, Perotti. Darmian might get some minutes. Sirigu will get next game. Because Asun did really well. Calabresi might make minutes for Romagnoli or for... You know what? Yeah, like this. Romagnoli will get some minutes for Jesus, I think. Darmian will get some minutes. And I think Pellegrini. Alright, lads. I'd tell them the importance of this game. If we win this one, we're going through, and there's going to be at least 1 more game, and maybe even 2 for us. So that's what we like. Of course, there's also financial, how do I say it? Financial importance in this game, in getting points. But most important is, of course, to show yourself of what you're capable of and getting your place in our starting 11.
Benvenuti a questa sfida tra Montpellier e Roma. Jean Rabon è l'arbitro di questa sfida.
Might get more space to make more transfers later, but the 4 players that I absolutely wanted to sign, those players we got now, and I'm really happy with. That's a weird pass, I didn't mean to do that. Like that far through the lines. Oh, I made a mistake there. Can't get the right player, I hate it when that happens. The switching is a bit poor on this game sometimes.
Si sono rafforzati in attacco durante l'ultima sessione di mercato con l'acquisto di questo giocatore. Oggi è il giorno del debutto e ovviamente i riflettori
CEO,
sono
never
tutti
heard of
puntati
that
su di
guy.
lui.
Esattamente, Pier. Sulla carta sono tutti ottimi giocatori, altrimenti non verrebbero acquistati, ma una volta in campo non tutti sono in grado di mantenere
Oh,
le
nice
promesse
turn
e
from
fare
McLaren.
quello per cui sono stati presi. Chiaramente gli faccio il mio personale in bocca al lupo per questa nuova avventura.
Si sono rafforzati in attacco durante l'ultima sessione di mercato con
Just
l'acquisto
keeping
di questo
possession. We
giocatore.
are a
Oggi è il giorno del
counter team, but
debutto
we
e
are able to
ovviamente
build up.
i riflettori sono tutti puntati su di
Get a
lui.
lot of space on the
Esattamente, Pier.
midfield, and now
Sulla
the
carta sono
spaces
tutti ottimi
open up.
giocatori, altrimenti
But
non
Seiko messed up
verrebbero
with a
acquistati, ma
simple
una volta in
pass,
campo
or
non
what
tutti
he should
sono
have
in
stayed
grado
a
di
bit
mantenere le
wider.
promesse e
Luckily
fare
we keep it
quello per cui
alive.
sono stati presi. Chiaramente
Seiko, stay close. Why are you going
in bocca al
behind? You're
lupo
the target
per questa nuova
man.
avventura.
You've got to win these. Oh,
Puntuale quindi
Calabresi,
il
you're
difensore
not
del
making a good
recupero.
turn for yourself by losing those. I don't like that.
De Rossi.
I don't like that.
Strootman.
Risky pass. Seiko, that's you.
Ecco
Atulani.
Pavoletti.
He won it. That's the most important.
Daniele De Rossi. Sale Strootman. Kolasinac.
Should have maybe passed it to someone else, and this is pretty poor played. Luckily, Akvilani stalls them a bit. I like to win those duels so we can like keep the pressure on them.
Aquilani. Buona triangolazione. Intercettano bene il pallone.
Didn't
Provano a
do
ripartire.
that well, and now, well, we are not vulnerable because we've got plenty of players behind the ball, but
Bruno Perez.
I just don't like losing the ball in those parts of the pitch. Bruno Perez, that's a poor dribble attempt. Stay on them, come on, stay on them.
Schiri.
Oh, trying to cut the passing lanes. Got the wrong player to step out, and now he's got a chance. And that should have been a goal. That should have been a goal already.
Kolasinac.
They got the better of us in the first
De
minutes.
Rossi.
Seiko,
Pavoletti.
hold the ball. Oh no, no, of course it's Pavoletti. Aquilani, I see him overlap.
Gran palla in mezzo. Attenzione, occasione.
No!
Pallone fuori
Oh,
di porta.
Pavoletti, what are you doing? Oh, you're... Oh no. This should be 100% goal. This is harder to miss than to hit. He's making a really bad turn for himself in his first game for the club. Still got minutes to make us forget about the miss, but I think this will circulate on the social media.
Ecco Pavoletti. Sui piedi il pallone del
It's offside, and it was Perotti scoring, but I shouldn't have played it off.
posizione di fuori gioco.
I should have maybe tried to get past the defender and lay it off. In about the space of 5 minutes, we became a better team, but we couldn't get a goal from that.
De Rossi.
Perez. Midfielders overlapping, which I like.
Cerca l'area di rigore. Bruno Perez.
Oh, Bruno Perez, you're not making the best impression either on me. It's shaky.
Bruno Perez.
Oh, now he's getting... You're fast and you're strong, yet he wins the duel. Who is that guy?
Pavoletti.
That's not supposed to happen.
Daniele De Rossi. Strootman. Kolasinac.
Strootman.
Di nuovo può mettere.
I should have laid it wide. I did everything perfect till that point. You need the windows. Well done. Player back. Bruno Perez, stay close.
Un'altra buona giocata. Baraglia metri.
Let's see the midfielder.
Ferma ma non controlla.
Oh, that's a bit unlucky, but it was hard because it was a really thin space to get the ball through. No, not like that, dude. Come on, that's too easy of possession loss. And I think I put Manolas out the center, which should never happen, but yet again, it started with Manolas being out of the center, I think, or whatever it was. I had a player who should have been there, I believe. Such a cheap goal to concede, considering the chances we have and considering how we get like past 3 players. Shouldn't happen like that. Manolas, it's Manolas, right behind me. You if you step out, make the foul if you lose the duel. You have to win a duel or you make a small foul. And here he just walks behind like 2-3 players. Can't be happening. Too easily. Can't be happening.
Fino in fondo questo risultato. Ed ecco dunque arrivato il
And
primo
just
gol
before break,
dell'incontro,
doesn't
1-0.
it? Just before break.
Occhio al giocatore della Roma. Intercettano
Again,
bene il pallone.
such poor passing. Our passing has been awful. Absolutely awful. It's been shocking.
Qui per difendere il pallone.
And the Rossi, how can you not beat this? Pellegrini in it. It's Pellegrini. Oh, this is going to be... This could have been 2-0. How can you block a ball in such a way that he's going to get a better chance from it? Lads, what's happening with all? Let's just say softly. Now, you know what? I go to the dressing room and I say, I think y'all have to look in the mirror. What do you honestly think about this game? I think, if I have to say it, from what I see, we have been unlucky. We had 2 chances that could have been goals. But they've had chances too, and it's been too easy. I'm not happy with what I've seen. I'm gonna have to make some substitutions. You know the importance of this game, and I don't think y'all feel it like I feel it. We're gonna up a gear. We're gonna bring some good players in. Romagnoli, I hope you're ready. You go on the pitch. Right centre back just for this game. Usually I like to play left, but Guntheus is standing there. Nangolan, we need you. Got one more substitution in my hands. Let's keep it quicker up front. And the passing has to be more careful. I feel like the passing, that's the biggest problem. Defensive, more aggressive. If you feel like you're going to lose the duel, make a tackle, make a foul. But do it on a safe place before it escalates if you can't keep up with the striker. He can't be walking past 3 of us. That ain't the thing. I want you all to win your duel. You're better than each of them. Every single one. You're standing against someone and you're better than each of them. You play like that and you earn like that. Earn your wages. Look at the badge on your chest. Where is the pride? Where's the aggression? Where's the passion? Up a notch. More concentration on the passing and up front. Quicker. That's it. That's the first one. Schutman leading the example there. Nice try, lads. We've been dangerous. Every time he gets the better of me, I don't know how he does it so easily. Lads, come on! We talked about this. It's happening again. It's weird that touches or something just get every time behind where I am, but it can't be happening. Stick your foot out. Do something. Damn, talked about this. Good last notch. Come on, you're better than him, dude. It's not the better Pavoletti. He's making a joke out of himself.
Non ha preso il giro voluto terminando la sua corsa lontana.
Azione interrotta.
At least he wins this duel. I see him. I didn't mean to pass to him. Well done, Perotti. Get the ball. Get that ball. That's a proper reaction. That's the way I want you to react. Not offside this time. A bit lucky through the legs. Well done, lad. He is not the perfect player for this system, at least not as the striker next to a target man. Yet he does alright. He just doesn't go into the depths correctly, and that's the thing I want him. But at least he's doing that. So I'll rate that. I'll see that. I'll take it. Okay, that's great. That's great.
Ci sarà un cambio. Romagnoli. De Rossi. Ecco Pavoletti. Buona l'idea qui. Attenzione, pericolo.
He's offside, isn't he? Damn, 2 offside goals. We're better than that. Why did you walk like that? I should have spotted with Kolasinac. The ref is completely right. I could have given it maybe straight away. Nothing to complain. I didn't mean to do that. Perotti is sharp as a knife. He is securing his place in the team. Wow. Wrong touch from the defender and Perotti is there. He's safe in the day. He is safe in the day. 2 goals from him in a short space of a few minutes. Sharp and clinical. That's Perotti for you. 3 goals this tournament. I'd applaud for that goal. I'd give the praise to Perotti. Yes, we made a few changes, but we look way better than we did. He's gonna turn. You know he's gonna turn. Well done. This is showing character. We're improving compared to the first half in terms of duels. This is well done. I see Perotti go. I see him go. I see him go. Touch. Ref. What are we gonna do? Are we gonna let Perotti take it and complete his hat-trick? Or is it gonna be like polite and say, Pavolotti, you got a big miss and that's gonna haunt you. If I give you the goal now, people won't talk about it. But the thing is, if Pavolotti misses, the pressure on him gets more. So I'd say Perotti, you take it. With all due respect, I would like Pavolotti to score, but I feel like he's gonna dive this way, you know? Oh, he's not. Perotti hat-trick, and you know what? You deserve it. You've been making the difference yourself today. I'd say from the line, because I can't speak to all of them, Perotti, you take it. And in the dressing room, I take Pavolotti and Perotti to me and tell them what I told you guys. Perotti, you done really well today. You made a difference single-handedly, especially on the second goal. You stayed sharp. You deserve to complete your hat-trick. I like the idea of giving it to Pavolotti so he gets the pressure off him. But the truth is, he puts the pressure on him himself, and if he misses that penalty, the pressure gets immense. I'm not saying I'm doubting you, because I'm playing you, you have my trust. But I don't want you to be in that situation. You get your goals. We get lucky. Since the kickoff they have had chances twice now.
Le voci sono sempre più insistenti e riguardano l'Olympique Marsiglia, molto attivo su un giocatore in particolare in questa sessione di mercato.
Look, he wins the header. That's where he's for. Keep that possession. Well done, lads. That's what I'm asking from you. There's goal. No way, Strootman. That's a banger. Is that the best goal of this pre-season tournament from our side? I believe it is. I believe it is. Oh, good strike. I'm gonna make a substitution. Kolasinac has been playing 2 games now. Pellegrini doesn't deserve a redemption chance because he did it to himself. Darmian gets on. Replay on that goal from Strootman, yeah. And that's thanks to Pavolotti winning his header. So he is contributing. Oh, what a strike. Just like in the first half, this time he puts it better for himself. Outside of the laces, sharp as you should have to turn. Reminds me a bit of that goal from Ramsey against Galatasaray a few years ago in the Champions League, where you see he shoots out of the turn and therefore hits it from the laces, but in a way that's like a straight line. Not too hard, but not too soft either. It's a really clean strike. Yes, the Rossi. Pavoletti. Ref, he gave me a knee. What is this? This is very... How do you say it? Not so sportive like his reaction. I know it's tough if you concede a few goals that quick, but you can't react in a way like that where you put your knee high. That is just not right behavior. No, Pavlev should have been sharper there. Should have started making a run. Oh, you gotta cover this. That's a really good clearance from De Rossi. At least he is showing character in this second half. And Mukiele, he plays nowadays for Leipzig. His name is familiar, Nordi Mukiele. You can't lose that duel, 25. That's Bruno Perez. He's again looking really shaky. And that's not the first time today. This is well played. Perotti doing well, doing the right thing, keeping the possession. I see him. Open up. Oh, you're touch 22, Darmian. Our second choice wingbacks are playing really bad. On moments where it matters, they're not showing or they're not doing what I like them to do. Come on, we can be more aggressive in these duels. Well, we went into the dressing room with a 1-0 down, and eventually we win 4-1, I believe, or 4-2. So, and that's in 45 minutes. So I think the team, I'd praise the team as I come into the dressing room, and I'd say, good second 45 minutes, lads. And of course you clap each hand, you know, and you do a quick round. Then you do your team talk before they go into the shower, and that's it. 1-4 win. And that's what I tell him. I think if you look at the first 45 minutes, 1-0 down, a bit unlucky here and there maybe. The second 45 minutes was yours, and not only a bit, but you absolutely done it right. I think Perotti, I'd name him specifically, you've done an amazing job. That second goal was a turning point for them as well. They broke in some way. And I'm happy with your goal. And Strootman, I think you got so far the nicest goal of the pre-season tournament. So I'm proud of your reaction, lads. You reacted in a proper way. That's what I like. And I think that's also thanks to some of the substitutions that came on. You gave us more security. Roman Yodi, that's a good debut for you. Nangolan gave us more structure in the game. Then that's where I ended. Maybe a small applause, you know, if you speech it well. Then I take Pavlotti and Perotti with me, and I explain about that penalty thing. I say this is why I chose him to do it. I hope you understand, and you'll get your goals. No worries about that. Don't pressure yourself. Forget about it. It happened. You can't change it. The only thing you can change is the future, and in the future you hit him, Pavlotti. I'd say you can't blame him for the goal that we conceded. It was a great shot. I'm gonna say a 6.5. He looked more secure. He didn't have much to do, but he looked more secure at the back. I'm gonna say a 7. He won almost all his duels, but that goal shouldn't have happened. That is a massive error. 7.5 still. He was quite dominant today, if you look at his stats. I'm gonna say a 7.5. De Rossi showed some character. I know he lost the ball here and there, but I'm gonna say 7.5. Perez, you got 2 assists apparently. So some of my words have not been, I wouldn't say justified, but they're not totally fair if you look at the bigger picture. Yet you had some slippers here and there, like slippery here, or like could have done better. I'm Gonna say a 7.5 because you got so much contribution attacking wise, but I like your defensive side to improve. Nainggolan, I feel like we were a better team when he played. That's simple. 7. So actually 7.5. Schrutman, amazing goal, and he played quite alright. Gonna say an 8. So far the best performer. Matteo Darmian looked again a bit poor. Really did. Gonna say a 5. You should have scored, mate. You should have scored. Lost a few times possession, but he also kept possession a few times. And it's hard as a striker because if there's one place where you're gonna lose possession, it's up front. Because there's more defenders there, more place to face. Gonna say because of the miss, I'm gonna say a 5, but he did some other things right. Perotti made the difference today. I know he's got some possession losses, but if it wasn't for his second goal, then we would have struggled. So I'm gonna say 9.5. Yeah, the best performance so far this pre-season tournament. And Stade Rennais and Porto got a draw, so we're already through, I bet. Quickly checking my texts. Done that. First things first, saving it. I like to play one more game, but I don't know if I have it in me because I've been playing for like 3.5 hours now, I believe. As you can see, we're through. It doesn't matter anymore. And Stade Rennais need to win to get through, unless Porto and Montpellier have a draw. Let's see what the other group says. Benfica is on the edge of going through, but it can still go every way. Nothing has been decided there. Top scorers: Perotti and Ensonsi. Marco Reus. Interesting to see Ensonsi there. Seiko 2 assists and Bruno Perez 2 assists. Only 1 clean sheet so far in this tournament and 1 red card. And if we take a look at some of the results, you'll see that Dortmund lost to Sevilla. Montpellier 1-1 Stade Rennais, we know that. Benfica won to Sociedad that first game. It's a tight group, that one. It's a really difficult one. Sevilla, on the other hand, lost to Sociedad. Benfica had a draw against Dortmund. Interesting to see who's coming out of their group. Kevin Miralles is going to AC Milan, another left winger. And Sergio Aurier to Napoli. I could totally see that happening. I think that's quite a realistic transfer, yeah. I told those scouts that I'd get back to him, and I will. Scout him. Rafinha on loan? Back to Brazil? What? Miralles, left midfielder. Interesting. And that's about it, okay. We got a new training session, but I might want to do that after the game, because otherwise I'm not being able to play this last game before I'm switching off, because I've been playing it for too long. Quickly saving it. The new players have been here now for a few days, 5 days or something. Bruno Perez for the upcoming match. Not sure, mate, not sure. I haven't decided anything yet. Good shot stoppers, kicking is poor, but that's not a problem. Marega, strong and quick. He could be a striker for us, like, he fits a profile. Strong, but not enough about that. We faced Stade Rennais. Did we even scout our last opponent? I don't think we did. Shame, because that means I made a mistake. You always have to scout your opponents. First we go Stade Rennais, because they're our current opponent. Stade Rennais, I don't know how you say that. No, there's no one here that I think is interesting. He played for West Ham in the past, I believe. Burrigo, he's nowadays a good player, I believe. Shurkuf. Hamari Traore. Okay. And Spiani played here? I didn't know. You learn a thing or two. I know who he is, but I didn't know he was already in FIFA 18. Thought he was younger. Where is he from? Like, isn't that like next to Russia somewhere? Just don't know what the country is. This is like White Russia, is that how you say it? And the other teams we faced was Corinne de Bordeaux, I believe. Because the striker, what was his name? No, it wasn't Bordeaux. It can't be, because I don't recognize the names. What was it? Was it Liu? It certainly wasn't Liu. It was a French team, right? I really don't know anymore. Which team did we just face? Montpellier, really? Okay. Just went past it like they weren't there, I believe. Let's see. This guy, Giovanni Su, he made it difficult for us. Ah, yes, that's a familiar name. He plays for Fiorentina nowadays. Stefanes Sessignon. Is that the guy that plays for... this guy as well? Wow, I never knew he was already in this FIFA. He plays in Germany, I believe, nowadays. Is this the... This is not... No, it's not Morgansen's son. I thought it was Morgansen's son from Aston Villa. Ruben Aguilar. That's the name I know. Yeah, this old Brazilian guy. Nordi Mukiele. But if he's already like 19, then he's 25 in real life? I thought he was still like 23. And Roussillon. He plays in Germany, I believe. Le Comte. I think he's playing for Atletico Madrid somewhere in his career. You learn a thing about these players. Okay, last game. We will make changes. We're gonna try some new things. Well, new things. We're just gonna switch the team a bit up. They can play in our away kit, that's fine. The kit is so ugly, it's like fully pressed, like with badges, with things. I don't like it at all. Perotti, I want to give you more game time, but I hope you understand. I'm gonna arrest you. Not arrest, but I'm gonna rest you. Belotti and Zego, we're gonna try it. Belotti, you get your minutes. Yeah, what do I have to say? You know what, Pavoletti, you start. And Zego, I'm gonna give you time to rest for the next game. I know you're not that old, but I want to give this guy maybe a chance. Midfield, we're gonna totally switch things up. Rossi, I'm definitely gonna rest. I'm definitely gonna give you rest. Nangolan, you was a good sub, so in case something doesn't go right, you will be on the bench for us. Sorry, Fratesi. I'd like to give you a chance as well, but doesn't seem to happen. Darmian can be on the bench. Where did I leave him? I want you to start. Bruno Perez, we're gonna give you another chance now to start as well. At the back, Jetfi, I want you to start instead of Caprodossi. Manolas, I like to give you a break. Roman Yodi, I like to start you. You had some minutes now. And Caprodossi, let's give him another chance. Machisa didn't have a chance yet, but I think he's less good than Calabresi was, and Calabresi didn't play that great, so I think I know everything that I need to know. Florenzi on the bench. Bless me. Florenzi on the bench, yeah, instead of Kolasinac. I'm happy with that. De Rossi, I kind of want to take Fratesi. That's my only regret not taking this game. Can I put him in somewhere instead of Perotti? I believe Perotti, I want to rest you, give you a break. That means that we don't have really anyone to fill in this role next to Pavoletti, and I want to give this guy Toniello maybe a chance. It doesn't look that great, but at least I want to give him a chance. I like to sub in both Fratesi and Toniello. Maybe even Lobont, but these guys surely, I hope I don't have to bring in any of the other players. Those are only to correct something. So a lot of players with a debut, like his starting debut. His debut, he didn't even make a minute yet. His debut. Should I put Jetfly maybe to the middle? I think I'm going to. Aquilani captain. Yeah, I mean he played in the youth academy of this team, so yeah. Alright, I'm curious. There's a lot of performers that I don't know much about, only their stats. So I hope they can pay my trust in them back, and also the board.
Il trofeo delle stelle europee passa alla fase successiva.
I mean, there's no pressure, lads. We're already going through. It's just you showing yourself. I'm curious how you guys are gonna do. Sit back, Totti, next to me, and just relax, just observe.
Del match tra Roma e Rennes. Vediamo la squadra titolare schierata dall'allenatore della Roma.
How is there so much space in the middle, lads? What's happening? Apollosi does well for us. Jetfly. Long ball, Ep1.
Ecco l'11 di partenza del
Rennes. Works out well.
Ci sono molti dubbi sul modulo 4-4-2 puro.
Per il momento pare vogliono affidarsi solo a 2 punti in attacco per non lasciare
poor pass, unnecessary ball lost. I made it too difficult for myself.
In caso di bisogno.
Hanno investito molto su questo attaccante nell'ultima sessione di mercato per rafforzare il reparto offensivo. Vedremo cosa saprà dare fin da oggi.
Lotti couldn't hold the ball, but the defender did well. He stayed short on it. Plenty of space behind the ball. I'm letting my centre back step out poorly again for the first time it happened. And we're lucky that the player is not doing more with that.
Non ha preso il giro voluto terminando la sua corsa lontana.
Romagnoli.
What does that mean? Lontana? Is it like a long time ago or something? Sounds a bit like that in the context.
Occhio, cerca l'area di rigore.
Oh, that's good work from Belotti. Unfortunately, the second player was there to help him out. Yes, Romagnoli. Risky passing. Pissar does well. This one was perfect, so played can overlap. No, was it Pavoletti? Oh, son, what are you doing? You need to recover this. How did you not recover that? He was ahead of him. Oh, Pavoletti is not making a good impression on me. Maybe I was wrong on him. Maybe he aimed the right one. I thought his physique was the best to fill in that role, but apparently it's not been a success yet. On the other hand, I mean, how long did he play? 1.5 game? He did some things right, I believe.
Buona triangolazione. Cerca l'appoggio al compagno. Ecco Pavoletti. Occhio alla botta. Ha provato a giro, palla che è finita.
He's a right-foot striker, so I expect him to do better on this one. I felt like he could have done more with that. Yeah. Belotti done well. Oh, come on, Pavoletti, you're... Okay, you pushed him to the limit, I like that.
Allenatore che decide di arretrare il baricentro della squadra, vuole far uscire gli avversari e
Almost.
sfruttare
Nice
eventuali
try.
spazi per
Nice try.
ripartenza. Pellegrini.
Well played. Red. That's a penalty, and that's not the first one we've gotten. 3 games, 3 penalties, and this one was a really poor foul. It's even red. That means the game should be in the pocket now. Yeah, and it's a disgusting foul.
L'allenatore sta per mandare in campo forze fresche.
Belotti. Belotti, do you mind giving it to Pavalotti? He really needs it. His penalties are not the best, especially not compared to you, but he really needs it. Don't miss it, Pavalotti. Yes. I'd give Belotti a few thumbs up from the side. Do the right thing and give it to him. We're a team, we're a unit. You grab your goals. I know that, I'm convinced of it. Give him this confidence boost, you know. Luckily he didn't miss it, because I was really afraid if he missed it, I think his Roma career was already doomed after 3 games in the pre-season. So far on penalties, I'm happy with us. 3 out of 3.
Hanno aperto le marcature con questo gol. 1-0.
He needed a bit of confidence there. They miss a player, and it's on the left-hand side of the defense. So I assume we're gonna attack that space.
Toussaint. Pavoletti. Darmian. Interrompono
Well,
bene
they seem to
l'azione.
cover it pretty well. Damn. Who is it that I've got there? Can't read it.
Spazio per avanzare.
Aquilani, I believe.
Occhio al traversone.
You gotta win it. Well done, lads. You gotta win this. Oh, that's beautiful to start. It was a dangerous second ball there.
Pavoletti.
Yes. Belotti, are you going into the depth? Nope. Okay, then I'll just play it to
Occhio a
him.
Darmian.
Darmian cutting inside. Shoot it. No. Good recovery from defender. Quick,
Interviene con
aggressive.
decisione, spedendo il pallone in out.
Just head it back.
Pavoletti.
Yeah, well done. Bit of a dangerous one, but you did well.
Toussaint. Ecco
Belotti,
Pavoletti.
turn and shoots. Did he block it, or was it just like a really poor? Yeah, he blocked it. Team Jet fight, be great if you win that one, or apparently someone else. He's giving you space though.
Ecco Pavoletti.
Why is no one overlapping there? There was space there.
Occhio la rimessa laterale per la Roma.
Oh, that's such a shame. Such a shame. There's so much more in that.
Nessun problema per il
Poor
portiere.
cross, Darmian. Win it. Oh, no, 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 no.
Percic. L'arbitro fa cenno di proseguire, c'è qualche dubbio.
Should have stayed on the man. Now he's free as well.
Palla vagante.
Bruno Perez defensively, I don't like it so far. Stuck foot in, but it kept the possession, striker. Oh, that's a great ball if it was high, I believe. I see Belotti. That was a poor pass. That was going to be a poor pass. I should have given it high as well. Belotti made a right switch there by going deep. I'm not sure if I could have reached him before the whistle or even with a pass, but should have been better. I'm not happy with the wingbacks. Darmian is a gamble, but Perez, I expect more of him. I know he's capable of better. The Miniello and Fratesi, I want you guys to warm up, but I can't promise you're going to play yet. I would like us to get a second goal, lads. I'm just observing you guys from the side. I'll leave it totally to you, what's going to happen here. I'd say be a bit more precise up front in your shooting, a bit more sharper. And wingbacks, I expect a bit more or a bit better inputs.
Vantaggio che comincia a farsi importante. 2 gol da
I
recuperare
knew
ora per
it
gli
when I
avversari.
received the
È
ball,
ancora presto però
curled it
per
inside
cantare
with the
vittoria.
boot,
Si
and
fa dura per
Aquilani got
loro,
that soft
anche
touch,
perché oltre a tentare di
got that
segnare
precise
devono
touch.
fare attenzione a non subirne altri. Impresa non facile per quanto si è visto finora.
He saw with insist and he laid it off correctly. The shot is going into the side netting, behind the post, so it's really hard for a goalkeeper to save it already. Out of his reach. And look at the shot with the stadium. Beautiful. Back home, Aquilani.
Hanno incrementato il vantaggio portandosi
But
su
he
2-0.
must be regretting, maybe, if he sees this team play like this, to retire already. But he's part of it as an assistant coach now, taking over one day for me. Oh, lads, this is the third time they hit the post in pre-season. We're getting off lucky, because this ain't supposed to happen that often. No, it was meant, you know it was meant for Darmian. Oh, defended done well. I like Lotti's energy here, just fall back a bit. Close that pass and lane to the middle, which I thought I did. And this time I took too much time there. Oh, lads. Everybody's just walking past the ball. I feel like we're so static defensively, like not compact. Space is open. It should have been a goal. This is that shooting error I said earlier. Can't be happening. Fratesi, get on. Pavolotti, get off.
Pallone che finisce largamente sul fondo.
Beh, conclusione buona,
Double substitution again.
intenzioni, palla che non ha preso il giro voluto, terminando la sua corsa lontana.
Juan Korkuf. Get up high on the pitch, defend this. You can play with more space on your back. I mean, they got a man less, so we got the advantage. Oh, I turned the wrong way. That's on me. And didn't get fire reads it. Even his poor touch was under my control. Oh, this is well done. That's suddenly yellow, I believe. Everything right except the shot. He should have. And I think Jetfly won that, I believe. Suddenly yellow, that's your chances, mate. You've done everything right, but if it's not a goal, then it's all for nothing. Or like a corner, whatever. That's poor shot, dude. Poor shot. I like the movement. Aquilani just turning and playing like it's a playground.
Gara in casa per loro, come sempre su EA Sports, come tutti gli incontri del resto
I
del
see
campionato
that wingback cutting in, but somehow the game thinks I want to pass it to the striker there.
La tiene e fa salire la squadra.
Well done. If you step out, you need to win it. Otherwise you don't step out. I see the wingback Bruno Perez cuts the space. Oh, what happened there? Sorry, I interrupt. I mean, he's known for his... I should have laid it off to the second post straight away. Sharp, low, driven pass. Here, look. He trips, and then the defender tries to clear it and shoots it hard against him. Is that Tumney yellow? Yeah, that's Tumney yellow. I think it's obvious that he ain't ready for the big work. He's a bit unlucky here, but earlier the chance was not as bad as Pavolotti's miss, who except for a penalty didn't redeem himself either. I like Belotti, look how he's just keeping that ball on him. He's offside, I believe. This time again a bad shot, and it wasn't offside. Yeah, Tim the Yellow ain't ready for the big work. I mean, that became clear. Give me a second, lads. My controller is a bit orphan. Is it better now? It is better. Wait, is it? I don't think it is. I need to put it on a different charging point. Still not. Why that weird? Why is it not working? Give me a second, lads. Quickly gonna have to pause it. Why is it not charging? This frustrates me. It ain't working. Let's see if I put it in this one. I believe it should work. That can't be. That can't be. This is strange. It ain't working. But my cable didn't break because it just charged my phone. I hope you'll have a second or two. Just making sure it works. And now it's charging, I believe. I think I read the symbol wrong. Yeah, I think it's charging. I think I read the symbol wrong on the PS5 menu. Wasn't entirely clear because it was still like blinking to me. Is that Yellow running this ball or is it Bellotti? I think it's Yellow. Yeah, it's Yellow. If I look at this number on the back.
Si vede come gioca.
Pericolo, ecco il tiro. Ha provato con l'esterno.
That's Bellotti.
Sì, è riuscito a centrare lo specchio della porta.
Sì, ci sarà un cambio. Ci sono ancora 8 minuti.
Oh, that's well read. I think he doesn't have the energy to keep it up. Didn't check his energy levels, but I don't think he had that, like, to keep going. Darmian, come on. It has to be done better than that. Win it. Sort of, I believe. We'll see in the stats if he won it or not.
Si avvicina all'area. Efficace il loro tiki-taka oggi.
Sembrano trovarsi a meraviglia in campo.
Occasione.
Darmian again. But this time I don't blame him too much.
L'extra time sarà di 2 minuti.
It's my choice after all. Sometimes I feel like he can do better, but sometimes I think, yeah, it might be me. I think what is a big problem possibly is that he is a left, or that he's playing as left back despite being right-footed. But he's got a good right foot as well, or left foot, I believe. At least we won, but I think we can draw some conclusions from this. Pavoletti with a miss, and I think this was the one that he took his right foot. It's out of the turn, that is true, but it doesn't look right. Let's see. The stats. We deserve to win, and I think 2-0 is a good scoreline. We are gonna take a look at the numbers, because I think they're very generous with the grades often. Sirigu had like one moment, and he took that 6.5. Capradossi played quite alright, barely lost a header. Good redemption compared to his first game. Gonna say a 7.5. Tinjetvai lost the duel here. I stepped out wrong sometimes, but he done alright. 7.5 as well. Romagnoli lost apparently one duel still. I think he was the lead of the three apparently. 7. Toussaint, 2 assists. Both goals he was contributing. That's massive. Gonna say an 8. Didn't lose possession, did well, energetic. Good passing, 100%. 8 is fair and square, maybe even an 8.5. Bruno Perez, attacking good, defending poor. That is the thing I think that I'm seeing with him in this career mode. Gonna say a 6.5. Fratesi had a few passes on that, didn't lose possession, Can't really draw any conclusions from this game on him. Gonna say a 6.5. Aquilani scored a great goal, had a few possession losses, but for a rotation player I think he might be able to do the job. Gonna say a 7.7, I think 7, just 7. 1 key passes. Darmian looked again a bit poor. I think he is not good enough for the system maybe. Did we make a mistake signing him? Maybe. I think he looked poor. 5.5. His shooting was not great, and therefore we need to loan him out. And I think, yeah, he looked decent in combinations, but he should have scored or something, or get better shots out. He didn't. 4.5 lad. Belotti did some hard work. He didn't get a goal, but he did some hard work. 6.5. Was there more after Belotti? Pavolotti, yeah, but he scored a penalty, that's all. Gonna say a 6, just because of the penalty. Pellegrini looked better, but still not as good as I think he can be. Gonna say a 6 as well. Alright, that was the last game of this episode. It's been a long episode for you guys to watch. If you enjoyed it, then definitely leave a like. If you haven't subscribed, then make sure you subscribe, because I think this is a really interesting career mode. Back to the prime of Roma, and if they made a few adjustments, my adjustments maybe, then I think who knows what they could have reached. Porto and us are going through as expected, and here Dortmund and Benfica, and honestly I'd expected it between Sevilla, Benfica and Dortmund. I did expect Sociedad to go out, but Sociedad are dangerous, so logical I'd say. Benfica, Porto, so that's always interesting, and Roma against, well, Dortmund. We need to do a training session next time. Office, we get an extra 2 million. That's always nice for transfers. We will not spend that on anything yet. Quickly take a look at this. Reduce player wages. We're doing that just a tiny bit, and if we manage to get rid of a few players, then we're going there. 10% in shirt sales. This all doesn't really matter, so we're already going on with those things. The last match, yeah, thanks for playing me. Well, I think you should up a gear. I tell him that I'm happy with some things you're showing, but I'm not happy with everything you're showing, especially defensive. You need to, well, to improve there. Next time we'll do the training. However, what we are going to do quickly before we end this episode, we're going to take a scout and we're going to send him to Dortmund to see what we're facing. Aubameyang, Alexander Isaac, wow, yeah, that was the year. Philip, I think there was more expectation from him. Castro, I think he went to Leverkusen, didn't he? Or was it the other way around? Nuri Sahin, he declined fast. Weigl, he's not that physical type of defensive midfielder. Schürrle, expected more of his career as well. Doesn't even look happy there. Rode, expect more of him. He just went from Bayern to here, to other teams, even Leverkusen. Marco Reus, great player, used to be a big fan of him. Hoped he was going to United at one point. Emre Moore. It was this guy, Jakob Brun Larsen, also expected more. Götze. Was this the time when he had that illness where he got a bit like thick, you know, like a bit fat? He had a weird disease, I remember. Rafael Guerrero. Gonna add him to the list. Ousmane Dembele, he still plays for Dortmund, wow. Dahoud, can scout him, but Bartra, I mean, he's fast, he's got decent strength, he could be playing the system that we're currently playing. Socrates can play the system as well, great centre back for this system. Omar Toprak, he also declined quite fast. Not even that strong, I thought he was stronger than that. Roman Burki, but I'm not a fan of him. I never understood why they got so high ratings, just like United players, probably because they play for a big team or something. We were meant to go to Portugal and already scout Benfica in case we face them. There's still a big chance of them losing to Porto, but in case we face them, he lacks the pace to be that striker that we search. He's a bit in between of both types that we have. My mate Mitroglou, Jonas, Andre Carrillo. He played for Benfica at one point. Wow, I missed that. Steve was promising. I'm curious about Samaris. There was a time when he was quite decent. Eduardo Salvio, but we don't need no wingers in this system. We can scout him, but just like we can scout him, but I kind of already know that he ain't interesting for us. Diogo Gonçalves. It's not the one from Sporting nowadays. We can scout those wingers, but we already know that they're not interesting for us. From Grimaldo, he's quite fast. He could be a wingback. Could be an option for a wingback for us. It's probably better than what's his name? Whoa, that's a weird picture of Julius Caesar. Probably better than Darmian, I was trying to say. Anyways, that's where we're gonna leave it for today. Training session will be done next time. I haven't made any choice on the lineup yet, but we're gonna call it quits here. Again, if you like today's episode, leave a like. If you have subscribed, then definitely subscribe, because I think it's going to be way more interesting, this career mode, than it has been only today. I hope I gave you guys a good impression of what it is going to be, and in the future, hopefully, less talking and more games and more playing. I want to thank you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one.